Music matters. My beautiful 6-foot killer,
Hey, baby.
Justin Tuell.
What's good?
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me on, bro.
Thanks for doing this, bro.
Dude, this
Thanks
is
for doing
sick.
this. I'm very, very excited. It's kind of surreal to I guess, realize that I met you like less than a year ago.
Dude, almost a year
standing
ago.
right there.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, McClain came over the other day, and he was editing this new episode of the Live 2 show that he's working on, which is essentially like this doc that he's like making about Live 2 that he's been making for like a very, very long time.
Oh, that's sick.
There's only like a select few like moments or episodes that are out on YouTube, but he was like standing, or no, he walked in, he played it for me, and he was like, yeah, this started over like the last like 6 months, and there was some Backyard Idol shit in there, and in my head it was so much, like so much less long ago. Like it felt like it was like literally yesterday.
Dude, because for me it feels like it was like forever ago.
Really?
Yeah, well, because like, I mean, you guys are like my first like music friends, and so like we've done so much together now that it's like it feels like it's been so long. But like it's weird because that was what, November?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I think so.
Crazy, bro.
Was it?
That's yeah. Well, I know I auditioned in November.
It was
I remember
November,
that date,
yeah.
bro. I remember that date.
What day?
It was like November 14th or something.
Okay, I remember it was November because it was right before I went back to the Bay
Yeah.
for my birthday.
I just know Naveed hit me up and was like, yo, bro, you got 2 weeks to submit this video.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, bet.
So we should like tell that story. So we're like working with Justin right now. We're doing the campaign for his new single coming out, Real Name.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a date for it?
I think we're doing August 30th.
August 30th.
August 30th.
So yeah, so we're doing the campaign for Real Name. That's been a lot of fun, and we'll get to that. We'll talk about that for sure. But I guess beginning from the beginning, you just noted that you didn't really have a lot of like music friends before this group of people you've like been around. So how did you even know Naveed, and how did you kind of get involved with that? And who's Naveed for people who don't know who's watching?
Naveed, the ghost of Live 2.
Goat. The goat.
So Nav and I were in a frat called Fiji up at UC Davis together. Go Aggies. And
Go Aggies.
Go Aggies, bro.
Rawr.
Shout out the Bay.
Not the Bay.
Okay, Davis isn't the Bay, but like
Not the Bay, not even close.
Bro, there ain't a body of water near that bitch.
Yeah. Beautiful place.
Are we allowed to cuss on this show?
Yeah, man. Say whatever you want.
Cool, because I was about to say something.
So where were you on January 6th?
You don't want to know, bro.
Let's just say I'm a patriot.
Hey, yo, shout out Kamala, bro.
Shout out Kamala.
But so Naveed and I were in a frat together. He's a year ahead of me, and then when I moved back down here after I graduated, like I knew I wanted to pursue music, but like I hadn't even done anything in 3 months of being down here. And then randomly Naveed just hits me up, and like he and I like were tight, but like we probably hadn't talked in a couple months. And he was like, yo, dude, I'm producing the show, like you gotta like submit like a video there. He's like, no promises, but like check it out, I saw your stuff, like it's sick. And I was like, bet. So I just randomly uploaded Somewhere in America, and then like a week later I got an email that was like, yo, pull up to the house. In November. And I was like, yo, bet. I remember thinking it was mad official too, because I was like low-key intimidated, because it was like, transportation will not be provided, like if you need to book a flight, like let us know. I was like, whoa, holy crap, dude.
Did it feel official?
It felt mad official, dude. Yeah. And it was. I mean, it was it was fucking well run, bro. It was
to a
awesome.
degree. I mean, even just to I'll cut you off for a second to interject. I think even when I first got involved with Live 2 stuff, I hadn't even been like I'd been on like productions before and stuff, but I suppose it did certainly feel official to me as well. That whole summer, like which is insane that was like a year ago when we were in here like every single day. But that like last summer was like a transformative summer for me, just because like,
dude, absolutely,
we were in this garage like 3 days a week, every single week, just
106 degrees.
Yeah, just like in the fucking heat, all shirts off, like going schizo, just like working on all these different shows and stuff. And it felt like I learned more in that period about music, and also just about like what I wanted to do and what I wanted to build, and where I need to be, and just about LA, funny enough too, because like I'd been here for a year, but I definitely made closer friends that summer than I'd made prior to that. I think
it's like the coolest summer camp ever.
Yeah, that is kind of what it was like.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got to. I mean, November is not in the summer. It fucking felt like it when we were in here.
Yeah.
But that was like, dude, that's such a good way of describing it.
Like a glorified summer camp.
I'm not gonna lie though, bro. I was mad intimidated by all of you, bro.
Why? Really?
Well, dude, because I mean, like I I'm 22, which like for me is like baby as hell. And so,
yeah,
I mean, like the most I had done up till that point was like play a couple shows in Hollywood. And so when I came out and everyone was like really good at what they did and like had mad confidence, I did not come in here confident. Like I at least came in here and was like, okay, like I know the songs I'm playing, like I like them. And so I was like, it's going to be cool to play them. But like, I don't know, I'd only played them live like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
You know, so when I came in and everyone else is like, you know, like Chase is on his shit, Nolan's on his shit, McLean and you all on their shit. I was like, yo, fuck, all right, this is like legit production. And then like, it was really funny because, I mean, you were in your fucking chef outfit and playing a character. I remember you walked up like to all of us when we were out there and I was like, hey man, nice to meet you, my name's Justin. And you went, call me chef, and you fucking walked away. I was like, yo, okay, bro. And now you're like one of my best friends, bro. It's crazy.
I bit into that bit, bro.
That's crazy.
I went all the way in,
and it
that is crazy, bro. I actually have never considered that was your first impression of me.
That's literally the first time I met you, bro. It's the first time I laid eyes on you
in a slutty ass chef outfit.
Shit, bro, put it back on.
So, but that's interesting. So I've like heard this part of the story, but I'm interested to hear it to more degree. So you like post college, you moved back down here to pursue music, but was there ever a plan B? Was there ever like I'm gonna do something else, or was it always like after college you wanted to come back to LA because you're from here, and then like just pursue music full time? And when did you make that decision in college? And then also talk a bit about like just music in college, because I know you were still writing and making a bunch of stuff, and I know there was a period where you made a bunch of stuff, but kind of break down like how you got from that first place in college to where you are now.
Yeah, dude, I mean, college was like low key, like musically all over the place for me. Like I did not know what I wanted to do until probably my junior year. Like when I got up there for my freshman year, the one thing I knew was like, I mean, I love Davis and I was so lucky. Like I found a group of friends up there.
I love Davis, man. Davis is beautiful.
Hey, if you've never been, great weekend trip.
It's a fantastic place,
especially if you got friends up there.
Like I had a really, really close friend who liked Davis, so I was going up all the time.
So fun.
And dude, I think like if I went to college or like went to like a UC or a 4-year, like I probably like Davis would have been something very interesting to me. It's just it's beautiful, bro.
It matches the ATB vibe, bro.
I think it does.
It really does.
Yeah, I think it
Turtle
does.
House, all that shit.
Yeah.
It's so it's. I mean, the word indie gets thrown around so much, but it's such like an indie spot. I mean, that's why I went there, bro. Like I was looking. I mean, I'm a big USC fan, but I was looking at like UCSB.
So expensive.
So expensive, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, 2 years at USC was more than 4 years at Davis.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It was wild though. Like I went up there, I had never visited the spot, and then like we pulled up for a tour, and I committed the next day. I was like, this place.
Really?
Yeah, which is weird because like I wanted to go to UCSB or like, you know, the more popular like LA like adjacent schools, and then I got up to Davis and I was like, oh damn, like the Arboretum up there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
dude.
it's beautiful.
What got you about it? It was just pretty, and you just like the vibe.
Honestly, bro, it was just. I wanted to go away from home because I definitely felt like very, I don't know, sheltered in a way, I guess. And so I kind of wanted to like break out of that. I think I subconsciously wanted to break out of that because it definitely wasn't like an outward like, oh, I need to get out and like explore myself and like learn more about myself. There's just something in me that was like, dude, I need to branch out. And it was like still in state, but it was 6 hours away from LA.
It's like perfect.
Yeah. And you know, my parents could come up and like, I love my family, but it was definitely cool to like, you know, I felt very independent out there, which is really kind of like, shit, dude, I don't even know where I would be musically if I didn't go to Davis, because like I could only rely on myself really up there, and so I definitely had to like gain a greater sense of self when I was up there.
Well, I don't know how I've never asked you this, but what was your major?
History.
I didn't even know that.
I'm a full-on historian, bro.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow.
History with a minor in American Studies.
That's really cool.
Thank you, bro. It was awesome. I loved it, bro.
I can't believe I never asked you that.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm low key a nerd about all this shit.
That's
dude.
So cool, dude.
Well, dude, remember when I was talking about like all the, you know, current like stuff that's going on, and I was low key geeking about it. We had Becca when Becca and I were driving, and I called you. She and I had just gotten done being like, oh my god, so what are the ramifications of all this? And like, how's this gonna impact? What is it, the Jaden Smith thing? The political and economic state of the world? Yeah. That's me, some type shit, brother.
I saw him at the beach last week.
Shut up, you did
a couple
not,
weeks
bro.
ago, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Did you dap him up?
No, I should have.
That's crazy. I should, dude, yo, Jaden, you want to talk about the political and economic state of the world?
Yeah.
How many times do you think people ask him that?
Oh, dude, I'd get so pissed if I was him. Yeah. But also, like,
he said it, bro.
He said it, yeah.
Him,
I guess, no, you're right. That's valid. But that makes a lot of sense, because even conversations we've had about stuff like that, I always do really love your perspective, and I feel like you
I appreciate that.
Of course, but I just think you have a good, like, forthright, progressive way of looking at the world.
The straight white male perspective.
Yeah. That's
it's an important voice.
Yeah, that really important disenfranchised. No, just kidding. Jokes,
we are allies here at ATB.
Jokes.
Jokes.
But okay, so history. Were you playing and actively writing music when you were in Davis? And if so, did you have like a musical community to share it with? Or?
Yeah. So, well, dude, I mean, I was very much on my own out there.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm being so real, like, yeah. I mean, shit. Back into the story. When I was getting up there, I had really only written probably like 10, 20 songs, and of that, maybe like 3 of them were good.
Yeah.
And like, when I got up there, it was honestly just so isolating. I was stuck in the dorms.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few friends in the dorms, and I don't know, bro, for most of the time I was just stuck in the dorms just with my guitar. And it was like, at the time, it was really scary and like mad, like it was like really depressing and isolating. I don't know how deep we're about to get on this podcast, but
we get deep, bro.
All right, man, if we want to get deep, like it was really the first time in my life that I like experienced like my mental health. I think when I was in high school,
like being conscious of it,
exactly.
Gotcha.
Like I definitely deal with like depression and anxiety and stuff. Music is obviously like my medicine for it, but when I was like 18, like I didn't have a way of like recognizing it and talk about it.
Yeah.
And so I think when I got up there and I was like, the good thing was I was independent for the first time. I was by myself. That was awesome. But then I was like, oh shit, I'm independent for the first time and I'm by myself.
Dude, this is kind of a tangent here, but somebody who I think you and I know you're a fan of him, but just draw relations to, like, I just listened to the new Slim Dan record.
No, dude, Slim Dan's fantastic.
He's super
bro.
great. You guys definitely make comparable music, both from the Valley, both
Great,
Jewish American people, like probably
Yeah.
a lot in common.
Yeah.
But Slim Dan, he has this song on his new record, and it's literally about the concept of like having free will and how that is like simultaneously a prison, but also like the coolest thing in the world.
So, dude, that's so real.
You know, because it is like when you have full freedom, it's
absolutely.
like you got to decide what the fuck to do.
shout out. Was it Nosebleed?
Yeah,
that's a great song.
Yeah,
bro.
that song's amazing.
That's a great. That's like literally that is very close to what I was feeling, bro. Where you're like, I'm in this shit. Oh my god, I'm in this shit.
I'm trying to remember the name of the new song off the new album that talks about that. I can't remember it, but amazing record anyway. Shout out to Slim Dan.
Shout out Slim Dan.
But I'm sorry. So you said you were experiencing kind of some anxiety and some depression for the first time, and like you were struggling just having that freedom.
Yeah, dude, it was wild. Like I remember. Yeah, you mind me get deep for a second? I think this is cool, bro. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll just say like forthright, like my music, like when I really found my groove was when I was just like, these are all gonna be about mental health issues.
Interesting.
Like we're gonna dive in because like, I mean, shit, how many times have we gotten into conversations? I try to do this where like, I'll be like, hey man, how you doing? And then people be like, oh, I'm doing chill. I'm like, yeah, so how you actually doing, dog? Yeah. Cut the bullshit.
That was my New Year's resolution one year actually. Like I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. My New Year's resolution was to like tell people how I'm actually feeling when they ask.
Real. No, you shit, bro.
Yeah.
Fine and good is bullshit.
Yeah.
I like.
All right.
Unless it's like, if I don't know you, like if someone's like passing me in the grocery store, hey, how you doing? I'll be like, I'm chilling. But like for real, bro, if you love your homies, bro, ask them how they're doing. Because like they're real homies if they actually want to hear you talk, bro.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how I felt like when I was up there. I didn't have anybody like that, so the only way I could talk about myself was like through music. I mean, genuinely, bro, this is the first time I've ever like I low-key feel like a little weird because I try not to talk about myself too much. I'm gonna be so for real.
You don't talk about yourself very much.
Well, it's anytime I tell people, I feel like I'm like, oh no, like don't look at me, like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was talking to someone at my work the other day, and they asked me a question about myself, and I like went on like a minute story, and I apologized to them.
Yeah.
And they're like,
well,
why
your
you
anxiety talking, bro.
for real. They're like, why are you apologizing? I was like, I don't know, bro. I don't really like the spotlight like that. And he was like, bro, but you do music. And I was like, touche.
Isn't that a weird
It
thought?
is weird.
Like how like music is simultaneously the most selfish and selfless thing you can do.
Absolutely. But like it's true.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, listen, everyone loves the spotlight to some degree. Like you got to be so real about it. Am I psyched that I'm like low-key getting interviewed right now? Yeah, it's fucking awesome, bro. Like who wouldn't want to do that? But at the same time, bro, it's like you got to be vulnerable. And it's everyone has trouble being vulnerable, bro. Like I will talk your ear off about myself once I get into the groove, but I don't know, bro. Like I think there's just some part of me ever since I was a kid. Like I don't know if I've ever been given the time of day. You know what I mean?
That's
and so
so
sometimes I feel guilty like when like I'm supposed to like talk about myself, I'm like, people don't want to hear this shit.
Yeah.
You know? It's like people are more worried about themselves. Yeah. Which like so am I, you know?
Yeah.
So no hate there.
Which is a crazy thought, but you're right, and I feel that. I had a friend of the podcast like almost a year ago, I guess now, and he was telling all these stories, and whenever he would talk about himself too much, he would like apologize, and I was like, dude, stop apologizing.
Hey, my
like,
therapist would get so mad at me if I apologize, so I'm gonna try not to.
Yeah,
bro.
if you say sorry after everything.
Shout out Mike, bro.
Shout
Real
out Mike.
one, bro.
Shout out Mike, bro. But no, I totally feel you on that, dude. It's really interesting. Like, music is simultaneously like it depends how you look at it, of course, but it's so selfless in the sense that you're being vulnerable and sharing things that are difficult to share in hopes that they could probably bring somebody some solace and they might relate to your feeling. But simultaneously, dude, you're talking about yourself.
Dude,
you
it's
know?
so wild.
But which is the weird dichotomy of it.
Dude, do you ever, because I mean, you write too. Do you ever like get to the point where you're like, fuck, is this like, have I already tapped into this? Have you ever hit that wall before?
No.
Okay, sometimes like, okay, so there's only so many things, I feel like personally, there's only so many things to write about. That's the thought I have when I'm having writer's block. I go, shit, I've already talked about the fact that I'm depressed. I've already talked about like relationship stuff. I've already talked about this. And then I go, okay, well, if people have already heard that, they don't fucking want to hear it again. Yeah. You know? And it's like, dude, it's so, it is like a prison sometimes. You know, that doubt of like, dude, I doubt myself so much. If I'm being real, I doubt myself so much. I'll be like, fuck. Like,
I think every talented person does. I also think you're insane if you don't doubt yourself. Like, I think you're like a disturbed person if you never doubt yourself.
Do you think it's less real if they're just like, this song fucks, dude? It's gonna be great.
Well, I don't think I'm not talking about like exclusively musically, but I think like if you don't recognize your shortcomings, like how can you improve upon them?
Like, yeah, if you're not self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's great. I mean, there are people like that.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'm not like that, bro.
You're not like that at all, bro.
Yeah, actually, stream real name, August 30th. Shit's cracked, bro.
But when you moved up to Davis and you kind of got that freedom for the first time, what kind of stuff were you doing? Like, were you alone writing a lot? Were you going out? Like,
so, I mean, dude, I definitely got up to Davis. Yeah, I mean, this is a great segue. Shit, dude, I got up to Davis and I was like, I want to do sports management. I was like, I'm diehard sports fan, all for like major North American sports. That's my life. Still is low key. Like, I mean, my sister loves High School Musical, so she used to joke about the whole Troy Bolton thing because like that was what I loved to do.
Bro, I've got so many jokes about that because of the basketball tournament.
Hey, bro, shit, bro, we about to
hoop.
We about to hoop, bro. It's gonna be great. Flash forward like 2 weeks later, this releases and we got bounced in the first round.
We should put a video of us playing right here.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, insert right here. Me dunking on Purdy, bro.
Yeah. A highlight reel of Justin's performance in the basketball tournament.
6-inch vertical.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. But yeah, dude, I mean, I got up to Davis. I was like, I was undecided when I came in, which is also scary in its own right because it was very clear that I did not know fully what I wanted to do like in my future. And I basically got up there. The one thing I did was I emailed the director of basketball operations for the Davis basketball team. Yeah. And so the one thing I had waiting for me was working with the basketball team up there, which was awesome. But I think when I was expecting a lot out of college, like you see it in movies, like it's mad parties and shit. And I think my first week, it fit that grind. Yeah. All these welcome parties, all these welcome events. Davis is a D2 school for sports, for most of the sports. Basketball we're D1, which is tight.
Nice.
But like, you know, there's not a lot of school spirit there.
Yeah.
I grew up going to USC games. And if you've ever been to the Coliseum,
I actually haven't.
Oh, dude, we got to pull up this year. Like, yeah. Actually, we got to pull up this year.
I've walked past it. One day McLean like walked me all through the USC campus and showed me.
That's right. He graduated from there. Oh, yeah. Dude, he's a Trojan. Hell yeah.
Trojan, baby.
That's what's up.
But no, I've never been inside of it. But the campus is nuts. Dude.
Campus is so nuts.
It looks like a Roman Empire. Like it's so
literally,
beautiful.
Bro. It's so cool. And I mean, like my dad is a photographer for the team, so I grew up going there.
What?
Yeah. Well, he's a lawyer, but he does that like for the last 17 years. He's an on-field photographer.
That is so cool. I didn't know that.
I gotta show you some of the flicks. Mario, I gotta show you some of the flicks, bro.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, and like that's kind of that's the only like framework I had like when I was going to college. It was like, okay, I know this is my interest. I don't fuck with math. I'm not, you know, great with science. Like I got good grades, which was chill, but I never had interest in that shit. Yeah. I barely had interest in history, bro. So I got up there. I was like, okay, Davis doesn't have a business program. What do I do? So I ran with that, and then I honestly, bro, I would go to practice 4 times a week. And
so what were you doing at practice as like a management person?
Dude, I was doing everything. I was like team bitch.
But you were just like helping out with everything?
Yeah, I mean, it was honest. I did it all 4 years. It was awesome. I mean, shout out anyone I ever worked with up there. Like, they're honestly, dude, so sick. And like the organization was great, but you know, I was making like one of my best friends in Davis I made working with the team, but other than that, like it's not like we all kicked it and stuff. Yeah. You know, so it was very much like wake up in my dorm, bike over, and you know, towel the floors when someone falls down. Like you know, those like, you know, when you watch tennis and like the ball boys, it was like that. Okay. I run out, I wipe down the floor with a towel, and then I clean the floor and I do whatever they need. I also like practice with them, which is super chill. Got better at basketball. That's a good plus.
Yeah, you're good, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. But that was it. Like, and that's the only activity I did. I didn't have a crazy amount of friends, and I didn't have anyone who really did music. So I ultimately spent most of my free time in my room. And I just busted out my guitar, and I think within the first month I was there, I wrote not very deep songs. You know, I definitely wrote like I wrote songs about girls I had crushes on, or you know, whatever, and it was a cool warm up. And then the big breaking point for me was when we got to like winter quarter, and you know, it's seasonal depression, whatever.
Of that first year?
Yeah. My winter quarter of my first year, where I think parents weekend had just passed, and my parents came up, and like, I don't know, saying goodbye to them after that, because parents weekend is like right after you move in. Okay. So it's like, you know, you got like 3 weeks to yourself, and then they come up and you're like, oh my God, like family, it was a cool little break. But then when they left, I was like, oh shit, I'm not going to see my family for months. Yeah. Right. And then it started to hit me. I was like, oh shit, I'm like really alone. And then,
and you were 18 at this time?
I was 18 years old. And then when it starts getting darker, and it's like, you know, I really started feeling the weight of being in a triple by myself. Yeah. And like,
damn,
so when I would write, I'd be by myself. I had 3 roommates, so it was fucking cramped. Okay. But like when I would write, it would just be me, bro. Yeah. Because everyone would be out like with their friends, and I think maybe I did it to myself. I didn't really put myself out there. I wasn't really a confident person. Yeah. I think I low key played the victim, if I'm being so real. Like if I'm looking back.
But you're valid, bro. Don't discredit your feelings and say you're playing the victim. I mean, you just were feeling your feelings.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked. I mean, I was there, and I think the breaking point for me was I really just bought into this is how college is going to be. Yeah. You know, I mean, that was
the acceptance.
Yeah, it was a dangerous thought to have, but I was really just like, this is it, bro. Yeah. And I mean, like, there was literally a point, like, I won't go too in depth because I don't want to bring down the crowd, but there were some dark moments, bro, when I was just by myself. You know, let your mind do what it will. But I mean, the breaking point for me was I went to the dining hall, and I kind of Googled, like, why am I feeling that I want to do this, or I'm feeling like this. Yeah. And I took an online quiz. It was probably BuzzFeed or some shit, and it was like, do I have depression? And I was answering these questions. I was like, this is normal. These are normal thoughts to have. And then it was like, you have depression. Yeah. Like, talk to someone. I was like, oh shit, bet. Because I mean, like,
damn, so you just never been aware of that before?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, my mom is a clinical social worker. Like, gotcha. she works in LAUSD. And cool. It's super cool, but like my family never really talked about mental health.
You have a creative family,
for sure. I mean, like, yeah, and we'll get into that. I mean, that's a
your
great part
too.
Yeah, absolutely, bro, absolutely.
I was talking to her when she was here about what she does.
Yeah, dude, I know she goes crazy with it. She's a big pop culture girly, which is I'm so glad she found her niche. Like, that's so cool.
That's super cool.
But like, dude, my family never really talked about mental health, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think when I was growing up, that wasn't exactly like. Now everyone talks about it, but I mean, dude, we're the same age. I mean, how often did your family talk about mental health?
Not often.
Not often. You know, it's not a bad thing, but it's just.
I think there's a generational difference.
Yeah,
of it too.
It wasn't the norm, man. But like, so when I realized that, I was so embarrassed, bro. But I think the best thing, like, that honestly saved my life was I called my family. Like, I did a 4-person FaceTime. And I was just bawling, dude. And I was like, guys, like, I think I have depression.
That's good, though, dude.
It was awesome because, like, they were all like, yeah, me too. Like, it's okay. Like, if you ever need to talk, like, and here are some resources. I was very lucky. My family was very supportive of it. And, I mean, that didn't change the fact, though, that I was alone. So I think, like, literally that week, I sat down in, like, the main room, and I wrote a song called 18, which I have to record at some point.
It's a good song.
Oh yeah, you do know that song, don't you? Yeah, we played that on the. Yeah, it's a great song. It is in the works. What am I saying, bro? Yeah, with Eli. But yeah, I wrote that song, and that was the first song I ever wrote where it was about me, and it was about stuff that I had been through, and like that. I honestly, bro, I remember I wrote it, and I was like, I don't know, this is that good of a song. And my parents came up a few months later, and I played it for them. My mom was just bawling on my bed, but not in some like, you know, not like in like a guilty way or whatever. She gave me a hug and she was like this is the first time I wrote a song where like my parents were like, okay, this is like, we gotta support him on his shit.
Yeah.
And then from there on, I was like, okay, it made me feel so validated. You know, but part of songwriting is like selfish, like we said, you know, it's not in a bad way, but it's like it has to be, you know. And so it really did feel like medicine when I wrote a song that, you know, not just like people liked or whatever, but like, you know, I felt like, man, I am saying something to the world right now that I would not feel comfortable saying otherwise. You know, I'm saying it through a melody and not through just like words.
It's different, dude. Yeah,
it's different, bro. Cause I mean, it opened the gates, bro. Cause then I just talk about anything, bro. I'll go in, but that was really it for me. And then that really translated into, I almost left school my freshman year. I don't know. I got to the point like I committed to history, and I was taking the classes, but I was like, God, dude, like I know I want to do sports, so I have to finish college for that, but I was like, damn, like, I don't know, I really like writing. And I definitely had that, oh my God, what if I go to LA? I'm going to just pack everything up and go to LA. And I've definitely told my mom, I was like, what if I just drop out for a year? Because Davis sucks and I want to go to USC or whatever. And she was like, stick it out for the rest of the year. See how you feel, make some more friends. You can always do that when you graduate. But that was the first time I felt like, damn, like, what if I pursue this? And it only got stronger when, like, you know, I got into my frat and I made a bunch of friends and I really started enjoying Davis.
That was the second year?
That was, well, COVID hit the second year. So I went back. Oh shit, I totally forgot about that. When COVID hit, that's when all the songs came out. I moved back home, which, I mean, after what we just talked about, you can imagine moving back home and then really being by yourself. That was brutal, dude. Yeah. I mean, everyone went through it, you know, but it was brutal. And I wrote a song called Everything's Fine. That was literally about, like, you know, reach out to your homies, you know, check in, because I was miserable. But that was the only thing that kept me going, like, through COVID, was like I had my guitar, I wrote a shit ton of songs, and then I got back up to Davis in January of 2021, so when it was still like locked down, and I really, like, stuff happened up there, you know, stuff happened as stuff does in college, you know, girl drama and all that. And just ended up going through writer's block for a period, and then after that, like, I just wrote about how I was feeling, man. And it was at that point where I became more comfortable. I started live streaming on TikTok. You know, I started like playing my music on there,
which was a really big thing for you, right?
For a while, because I mean, my TikTok was
you built a good following there.
I built a good following. I mean, not anymore, but I was at the time. Yeah. At the time, it was cool. It probably saved my, you know, my focus. Yeah. You know, I definitely probably would have fallen off.
We should talk about that later. Like,
yeah, for sure.
We should find a way to get you like back doing that.
It'd be sick, dude. I mean,
like, we should like run, like, usually like we should run like a full camera feed of you doing.
Yeah, that'd be cool, bro.
And like find some way to just make it work.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be epic.
Like, I bet we could, because I'd be very interested to see if there's a way to like re-engage that audience. Yeah, because bro, that's a pocket. That's like how Jake Minch like first got really big.
Oh man, I should have kept going. I would just set up a chair and a tripod I lived in an apartment by myself, dude. It was tough, but I'd set up. I had no neighbors because nobody moved in, and I would just set up and play a bunch of songs for 2 hours and blow my voice out, and then the next day I would do it again. Yeah. And after a while it worked, because, you know, I would get a fair amount of people watching.
My headphones are all up on you right now.
Oh man, we're all tangled. It's kind of cute.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, bro. I mean, like, I really locked into TikTok Live. It was cool for a while. It was a good way to test out songs. But after that, that's when I was like, okay, I am now comfortable playing live. I've played these songs a million times to nobody. I'm just playing to a phone.
What a weird concept, because
it's so crazy,
like,
dude.
To nobody, but to everybody.
To nobody, dude. There were times where, like, I mean, shit, if I went on TikTok Live right now, I'd get probably 2 viewers, but there was a time where I'd have a couple hundred.
Damn, that's
on
cool.
At the time. I mean, everyone was on their phones. You know, everyone was just there's nowhere to go, and honestly, it felt like I was playing to like an actual crowd. And so when I finally started,
I'm so surprised.
Isn't that wild?
I keep cutting you off. I'm so sorry, but I just love your story, bro.
Cut me off whenever you want, bro. As long as I'm not boring you, dog.
I'm so surprised that, like, during that, I feel like the landscape's so different now because it was so new then. So like maybe people weren't doing this shit, but like I feel like now, if you did it again and you were getting that consistent viewer base, bro, so many people would have reached out. You can now on TikTok get significantly less traction than you had, and everybody reaches out. But I guess I guess everybody was finding traction. I guess so. It was just like
nobody reached out.
Yeah,
and that was honestly, man, that was really tough too, because I don't know. Like I said, I was never really that confident, and so, man, I'm having trouble opening this.
You gotta go
Guyaki yerba mate.
You gotta go 2 hands.
This tropical uprising Guyaki
do you want me to
organic.
hold it while you open it?
Sure. You ready? Here we go. Teamwork makes the dream work. Where are my non-existent nails? Oh, did you hear that? Chat, did you hear that?
Chat, did you hear that? Shout out.
We're actually live streaming on Twitch right now.
But so TikTok Live, that was sophomore year, COVID.
Yep. I mean, dude, so I'm trying to build confidence, and I had a few people like reach out, like who were like from like Utah or whatever, and it was just like individual people, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, I probably would not have kept going if it were not for the few people who reached out and were like, hey, your songs are like really, meaning something to me. Because I don't do music for people to, oh my God, I love you, or Justin Roll at the red carpet. But I don't care. I can play music the rest of my life, and if I feel good about it, and if people are, I'm not what's a good word? If I'm not invading people's like Spotify with like bad shit, then I'm happy, dude. I'll live in an apartment the rest of my life as long as I got friends and I got a family and I'm making stuff that like I enjoy making. Then I'm cool, bro. Yeah. Let's not play stupid. I mean, shit. If I could play the Greek someday, that'd be fucking awesome. Yeah. That'd be, and you guys are all invited when that happens.
Fuck yeah, when it happens.
But like, dude, it was really cool to have people be like, hey man, like, my mom passed away years ago and this song reminds me of her. That was a real thing that someone said to me, and I started crying, dude. I was like, holy shit, I'm starting crying right now. I was like, damn, like, and that was what TikTok was cool for. Yeah. Because no one from Utah is gonna hear my song unless I'm live streaming it. But then, I mean, dude, it fell off, and I'm glad we talked about it, because that was another step for me to be like, fuck, that was a barrier. Yeah. When that fell off, COVID was happening. I was like, no one's gonna hear my shit. I didn't have an established Spotify. I still don't have that established of a Spotify. When Real Name comes out, that's when we're really gonna start like having.
I'm excited to kind of like rebrand it all.
For sure.
Like working with and stuff to be fun.
I mean, it is really funny like doing all this stuff with you guys, and I feel like I'm trying to establish myself as an artist, but at the same time, I have like 60 monthly listeners. No one knows who the fuck I am, and that's totally fine.
Which is the most freeing thing in the world.
It is freeing. It is freeing, but it's also. I mean, actually, no, I don't even have a counter to that. It is freeing as hell. Like, there's nothing. I have no complaints about how I'm doing right now in music. Yeah. Like, I'm not even kidding. If I wrote this for the rest of my life, it'd be awesome, dude. I have you guys. It's cool.
Love you.
I feel loved. I feel validated. I feel like people are respecting my art, and that's cool. Yeah. But I don't know. At the same time, it's just I would love to share my stuff. That's really what it is. Because now that I know that like people can relate to the stuff that I play, I want more people to be in it with me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Be in the world.
Exactly. It really is like a world. I mean, like, I be shout out Taylor Swift. I be dropping Easter eggs too in my songs, whatever.
Taylor Swift. T-Swifty.
Dude. Yeah. Dude, she's really slept on, by the way. You should check her out.
Really?
Yeah. You ever heard of her?
How do you spell her name?
Yeah. So it's Teyler.
Okay.
And I don't know how to spell Swift.
Oh, okay. I'll look it up.
That's such a bad joke, bro. Cut that.
When did you kind of establish yourself in college and start making the friends? And then how did everything change? Like getting in that frat, meeting all your friends there, meeting Naveed and everybody.
Dude, so my friend randomly hit me up one day, and he was like, one of the basketball guys. He was like, his name was Anant. And his name still is Anant.
His name has not changed.
His name was Anant. He changed it.
It's his real name.
Yes, it's whoa. Easter eggs. We just talked about it.
Eggs.
He hit me up, and he's like the least fratty guy ever. And he was like, "Dude, I joined a fraternity. You have to check it out. Really nice dudes." And I Zoom rushed. I literally went on Zoom and sat there for 30 minutes, and two guys talked to me, and then they offered me a bid. You could never do that now. You could never do that now, because now it's like way more like, formal. But they were like, hey, we think you're cool, like, come hang out with us. And I was like, I have no friends up here. Fuck it. What's the worst case scenario? I drop. And best decision I made in college, for sure.
That's awesome.
I met all of my college friends up there. I love Fiji to death. It's different at every school. Fiji's not great at every school, but at Davis they're cool. And then when I got up there, I think it was the first time people would ask, "Oh, what do you do?" And I could say I do music, because there were a few people in Fiji. I can't name names because I can't even think. There was just the whole group of them. We'd have this thing at the end of every meeting, like we stand up and you talk about like what you're up to, how school's going. It was really cool. It was a way to check in on everybody.
Damn, that's really cool.
It was really cool. You could be like, yeah, I got a chem test this week and I'm really fucking worried about it. And everyone would be like, you'll be all right, bro.
Or you could be like, I have anxiety.
No, literally, we had a mental health chair.
That's fucking really cool.
Yeah, we would have. I forget what they were called.
That's not like common practice?
No,
is it?
I mean, I think more frats are starting to do it now because, you know, it gets stressful, and the frat stuff is sometimes stressful because you're doing a bunch of events and whatever. So I think we had a mental health chair, and we would
That's
do.
Really
like,
awesome.
It was. I think when I got there, it was my friend Ed. Ed is also the guy who taught me how to cook a steak. So we were all doing a bunch of shit in there.
We got some mean steak cookers in this house.
You best believe.
I feel like Mario's entered the race recently. He's kind of been killing it. Tokyo's been an established steak maker. Monet's been making bison since we moved in.
Bison?
Yeah, bro. There's like some steak wars going on for show.
So ATB steak night when?
I'm down, bro.
Dude, I'm so down. That'd be so sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I remember I recorded this song in my room called Famous, which, you know how artists are when they write an old song, like, it's not that cool. But at the time, it was the only thing I had done. And I remember I mentioned it like a week before it came out, and I was like, yo, guys, like I recorded a song, and I was expecting them to be like, okay, cool, whatever. And then my friends were like, yo, that's so sick. Like, and then everyone posted it on their story. And I think at that point, between, you know, I had a few videos do okay on TikTok. And people around Davis like had kind of started to like know who I was, which is really cool. Weird. I'd be like, I would be playing basketball, and someone would be like, holy shit, yo, are you the guy from TikTok? And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know.
That's crazy.
I was also like the only ginger in Davis, so that makes sense. But I think I was like, okay, this is something that, you know, I've always done music shit in my life. I've always done like musical theater. I think this is something.
You did musical theater?
I did do musical theater when I was growing up.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, I was never like a drama kid.
Dude, I love like doing this. I'm so lucky because I can interview like close friends, and I'll learn things about them that I never knew.
Yeah, I never talk about myself when I'm with y'all. I'm gonna be so real, bro.
You should, bro.
I appreciate that. It's just like, I mean, my sister did theater growing up, so I did it as well. And I mean, I was never like, you know, like the theater kid, like stereotype. Nothing wrong with that, but that was not me, bro.
Yeah.
I did it because I loved singing and I loved acting, and it was fun. But then, like, the second I hit puberty, I was like, this is lame. You know, I don't
like this anymore.
Now I'm
I like girls.
I like
girls now.
Exactly, trucks. I like Buffalo Wild Wings, Mom.
Mom, I'm going to TGI
Just
Fridays.
blew out the mic saying,
Mom, I'm going to TGI Fridays to get fucked up with my friends.
yeah, I'm gonna get some fucking loaded baked potatoes, Mom. I'm a man now. I'm 13 years old. Jesus. And I did probably like 17, 18 shows growing up, dude. And I don't know. It was a way to like, oh man, like I can kind of like express myself in a way. I think I appreciate it a lot more now than I did back then. I think back then I would hear people being like, oh, that's so lame that you do that. And I'd be like, yeah, it is lame. And I'd like totally join in so I couldn't get bullied about it. I'd bully
yourself
first.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's a Cowboys fan mentality. You got to say your team sucks before someone else can say it.
It's an A's fan mentality.
It is an A's fan mentality. Hey,
Yeah,
we're going to
bro.
go to a game in West Sac though this year, bro. It's going to be tight.
You know what they're charging for the last A's game? I looked at tickets
What,
today.
$5 they'll pay you?
$120 for the third deck.
That's ridiculous.
It's criminal.
Why?
Fuck John Fisher.
Who the fuck
bro.
is going to go to that? Sell
no
it.
one.
Well, I said sell the
hate
team.
John Fisher. I hate that. Man.
Worst sport.
I don't hate a lot of people.
It's the worst team in sports. Like,
Hey.
just ownership wise. No, not team. I fuck with the A's, bro. I fuck with the A's. But ownership wise, it's ridiculous. We can go on a tangent about that.
Bro.
We'll be the other two white guys who start a sports podcast. It's like, that'd be a really original idea. We should do it.
Yeah, we should do that. Bro, we should start a podcast.
Should we start a podcast, dude?
Start a podcast,
bro. Well, shit. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the musical theater stuff. So I did that for a while, and then I stopped. But that's kind of, you know, that was the first time I ever performed. That's why I've been comfortable doing this, because I've been doing it all my life. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I feel so goddamn alive when I'm on stage, dude. That's why I do it.
It's
like,
the best, bro.
It's the best.
There's
like,
literally nothing like it.
anyone who says, like, I mean, unless like people are genuinely have like stage fright, which is so valid. But if anyone's like, nah, man, like, I guess performing's okay. You know, like there are people who I meet sometimes who are really, really good at what they do, and they're like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, fuck. Okay, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool to say that, like, you enjoy it. And I genuinely fucking enjoy it. Like, it's really cool. I mean, when people clap for you, it's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
There's no shame in saying that.
I love performing as a drummer because I can just hide behind everybody.
Oh, but drumming's so fucking hard, too.
You could drum, bro.
Okay. You've seen me drum, bro. I'm ass.
Bro, I think you have enough musical knowledge to learn every instrument if you really tried. And not to say that you play super theoretically. I'm just saying, like, I just think you work hard enough to learn anything.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
You know, for you, Dante, I'm going to learn how to play drums. It's going to be awesome.
You should, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm going to be the next Taylor Hawkins.
I'm not the one to teach you because I'm pretty mid. But, I'll find someone to teach you.
That'd be fucking sick, actually. I'm just going to use your kit. But yeah, man, where was I? Dude, it's hot as fuck in here.
Yeah, it is hot.
Does your brain ever melt when you're doing these?
No, it does. Yeah,
It's crazy.
I've gotten a lot better. I'm kind of immune to the heat at this point. But where were we?
I think you know what? We were talking about how I ended up meeting Naveed. We started that 40
Yes.
minutes ago. That story.
That's crazy.
Do you ever edit these?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
Keep it long.
Shout out, guys, if you're still here.
Retention is not our friend. We don't give a fuck.
Hey, man. You know what? When real name comes
It's for the
out,
culture.
you know what's gonna happen, dude?
Huh.
When ATB blows up, because people realize how fucking sick it is.
Thanks, man.
Which people already have, but more people.
Whoa.
Hello.
Okay. Oh,
You see this?
Wow.
That was
that's
sick,
crazy.
dude. On the tip of my nose. When people realize how sick ATB is, they're gonna go back and be like, "Yo, they did Justin and ATB interview, bro." It's
Yeah.
gonna have like 3 million views.
Well, that's
so.
the goal. I mean, that's always like me and Mario talk about this a lot, but I think our catalog is going to age like fine wine if I
For
had to
sure.
guess.
Dude, the amount of talented people that you guys have had on is crazy.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
I was going through like the hello fly.
Mario, can you pass me the bug spray, but the repellent, the
What you
other
about
one,
to say? Mario, can you pass me the vape?
the repellent, the other one. Yeah, that guy.
Chuck it.
Sunscreen. Yeah, I thought the same thing when I bought it. Thanks, bro.
Great throw.
Yeah, here you go. Go away. Close your eyes.
That was pretty sick, actually. It smells pretty good.
Yeah.
Breathe.
Sorry.
Kills. Am I gonna be the first murder on the ATV podcast?
Kill you live.
All right, speed run. So, yeah, dude. So in my junior year is when everyone broke out of COVID. I finally started playing. I played this place called Armadillo Music. I did that in 9th grade.
That's like one of the only couple venues in
dude,
Davis, right?
tell me
There's
about
like
it, dude.
what's the melon one? What's that one called?
Watermelon Music.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
There's Armadillo Music and there's like Turtle House.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
If I'm being real, like there's like the farmers market, but like, I mean, if you want to talk about why I didn't really do music stuff till I came down here, that's why.
Yeah.
You know, like it was cool because it gave me 4 years to write, but there was nowhere to play. I played Armadillo. And then I was like, this is going to be the spot. I low-key packed it, dude. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, it was just friends that I had made, and I, like, word of mouth. I was going up to people, hey, dude, I have a show. You should come check it out.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I had, like, 70 people show up, dude.
That's awesome, yeah.
It was really sick. It's still, to this day, one of the biggest shows I've had. And then when COVID hit, Armadillo stopped doing live music.
Yeah,
Which is like, fuck, dude, because it's the only time I'm there. I think they actually started doing it again the year I left.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, dude, and SAC is, SAC is awesome, but... What?
There's
There's
not a lot.
Harlow's and
Harlow's
Ace
and
of
Ace of
Spades.
Spades. That's
And
like
those
it.
are like big venues though.
Yeah.
You know, like legit bands play there. And I would email people, hey, can I open for you? And they'd be like, sure. Well, like, what's your Spotify? And I'd be like,
Yeah, it's tough.
what if I just FaceTime you right now? Play
That is always so funny. Like,
you ever heard a song called 18?
Like, I remember when we first got close, and you tried to play me your music, and you would just
It's live session.
Yeah,
it's just live stuff from Hotel Cafe.
You would never like bring like bounces. You would always
Yeah.
bring your guitar and play it.
Yeah, dude, because that's real. I'm still on that grind. I'm so
Yeah.
excited not to be on that anymore. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have to keep reminding myself, dude, you're 22. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like you.
That's a great reminder.
There's no time limit on music, bro.
Yeah.
Like if I told myself I was gonna be like doing this 5 years ago, I'd be so stoked,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, if I'm still doing this 5 years from now, I'm still gonna be stoked.
Yeah.
You know?
As a fellow 22-year-old, that's always a very, very comforting thought. I think when I get overwhelmed, I like to ask myself, what if 16-year-old Dante saw what you're
For
doing right now?
sure.
And I'd probably freak out. So.
Dude, I didn't even know I wanted to do music like professionally until my junior year.
Yeah.
Like, and that's, I mean, shit. Speaking of that, when I started doing like, I literally would like go to sororities and like play like a wine dinner or
That's so
whatever.
cool.
Oh, excuse me. If it was a sorority, it was more like a gala.
A gala.
Yeah, there's definitely no wine at any of the frats or sororities in Davis. What am I saying?
Nobody in college drinks
Nobody
alcohol.
drank alcohol. Ew, gross.
No.
We drank yerba mate from Guayaki.
From Guayaki.
Anyway, is it guac? I thought it was Guyaki.
You like fucked my brain up.
Oh, shit, no, the Heat's fucking your brain up, bro.
Guayaki.
Goyaki?
Yeah.
Let's ask AG Club. But yeah, dude. So I started playing shows junior year. Started getting confident with it, and honestly, it got to the point where I was like, you know, I'm from LA. How lucky am I, dude? And I was like, if I take a gap year, what's stopping me from doing music, dude? And my mom and dad would ask me, what does that mean, though? You say you want to take a gap year to do music. Like, what are you actually going to do? And my answer to them was, I have no fucking clue, but I'll figure it out. And I knew, listen, man, I knew I could do shows.
Yeah.
You know, if there was one thing that I was confident in, it was I can get up on stage with my guitar and put together an hour set.
Yeah.
You know, and I love doing it, and I have the endurance for it. And then it was just stroke of luck that when I got down here and I had decided that I was going to do whatever with music, within a month or two of being here, Naveed hit me up to do the merch for the pop-up concert, you know?
Yeah.
And I did that, and I met you guys, and I was so fucking nervous, like, when I was going down there. If I'm being so real, there was actually, dude, you want to talk about alternate timelines.
Crazy.
There was a 90% chance I actually wasn't going to go because Spider-Man 2 was coming out that night on PS5, and I texted I got to find the text at some point. I texted Naveed. I was like, yo, dude, I make no promises. Spider-Man 2 is coming out tonight. I was like, and I really want to fucking play it. And then he was like, all right, well, I'll pay you like $75 to come out. He's like, that'll pay for the game. I was like, yo, genius, bro.
Yeah.
And then
you're like, I'll put that shit tomorrow.
I actually had such a good time that I texted Naveed and I said, don't pay me. That was fucking sick. I was like, I'm a big boy. I can afford a PlayStation game. And
they charged $75 for that game?
I think it was 70.
That's nuts for a video game.
For standard edition.
That's crazy,
bro. Worth it. That game was so sick. But yeah, dude, so I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I got to be a down-ass fool. If I want to meet people in music, I have to go network. So I went down there, and I think that was the night I literally met every single one of you. Probably didn't even realize.
Yeah. I think you probably did.
Realize.
Yeah.
That's when I got my Live 2 hat and my Live 2 sweatshirt, bro, because I was just kicking it by the table. And I was like, yeah, guys, you should totally check this out. I had the Art Not Algorithms next to me. Mm-hmm. So official.
When we watched your audition on stream, we didn't even like connect and like realize that you were the dude who was selling merch at first.
Probably not, bro. I mean, I was mad shy.
But it was just like a crazy. I was like, oh wait, that's where I know.
That's the fool, bro. That's the ginger. There's not that many of us in the valley,
dude,
bro.
Nah, you guys are rare.
That's tight, dude. I mean, it's cool looking back on it now because I'm like, I definitely like you guys are like some of my closest friends in the valley, bro.
Ditto, yeah.
I mean, shit, just in the valley. Yeah, actually, you guys are my closest friends in the valley. Outside the valley, crazy amount of homies. Not true at all. You guys are my boys. But yeah, I'm so glad I went, dude. Could you imagine? Yeah. Holy shit, crazy, dude. Where would I be? Where would I be if I didn't go to that show?
So when you came down, you were playing a bunch of shows. Was it hard at first?
A bunch.
Well, you playing some for sure. Don't undersell yourself. But was it ever hard because most of your songs are from such an emotional place to share that part of you on stage, or did it come naturally?
That's a good question.
Thanks, I do this.
That is a really good question. Actually, I called Dante before this. I said, hey, dude, do you have your questions prepared? And he was like, Justin, have I ever not been prepared for anything? And I was like, it's fucking real. This is why I love you, bro.
Facts. Love you too.
Dude, I still have that problem. I still have that problem. I play shows at my work like at least once a month. I never play originals.
Really?
And it's not that I'm not allowed to, but like, you know, it's just not the vibe. It's genuinely just not the vibe. I play a bunch of sad acoustic shit.
Just because you're playing to like older folks.
Yeah, and I mean like my songs, the way I wrote them, I'm at heart, I'm a classic rock fan. Foo Fighters is my favorite band. My songs don't fucking sound like Foo Fighters, but in my mind, a lot of my songs you can add drums to them, add bass, add electric guitar. But I don't have the capabilities to do that. So at their root, if I'm just bringing my acoustic guitar, they're gonna be sad.
Yeah,
you know, and so
or at least slower.
Or at least slower, and if people come up like people are like, you know, friendly with me now. So if they've looked me up, they're like, oh shit, Justin like does this. He wants to pursue this. They'll be like, hey, dude, play Rite Aid, or hey, play this. And the smile on my face when they ask for it is so sick. Yeah. It's so cool. So I always play it like if they ask, but a lot of times it's just people who are just trying to have a nice dinner, and that's kind of, I don't know, bro. I think if there's one step I really need to take in terms of coming out of my show, it's going out to people like, hey, you should listen to my music.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. I'm very much like, if people find me, they find me. And if they don't, like, if you click on this, awesome, dude, you're a homie. And if you don't, I'm like, that's okay. Yeah. I think that's more of a self-doubt thing, because I think deep down, I don't think I'm worthy of the attention. Honestly, I don't think I'm worthy of the attention.
You are worthy, but...
Well, I was not fishing right there, I promise.
No, I know.
Tell me I'm worthy, Dante. Please stroke my ego. I think that's a mountain I have to get over.
Yeah.
You know,
It's hard, dude.
It's hard, bro. But I mean, if I'm being so honest, like, I think my confidence level now with my music, it can't be low. It can't be low.
No.
If it's low, I'm not gonna do anything. You know, no one wants to listen to music that you don't want to promote.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Nobody wants to. No one's gonna give a shit.
You gotta be your biggest fan.
You gotta be. No one's gonna take time out of their day. If you're like, yeah, I make music. It kind of sucks though. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna listen to it. Some people ask if I do music. I go, yeah, it's cool. You should check it out. You know, and it is cool. You should check it out when it's available.
It's also hard because if you're writing about such emotional things, I think it's really easy to lock yourself in this prison where, like, you're kind of like existing in this self-fulfilling prophecy where you're just like, you know, you're like, I'm writing all these sad songs, so I'm going to be sad all the time. And if I'm not sad, I don't have anything to write about. I mean, which makes it hard.
Would you describe me as an outwardly sad person?
No, not. Yeah. I would describe just literally the polar opposite of that.
And listen, I've done a lot of, like, looking inward, because I mean, one of the weird things, it's like I'll talk to my girlfriend about it. I'll be like, man, like, I write all these songs about being depressed and, like, you know, life being bad, but I'm very grateful for everything I have in life. Like, I'm a very privileged person. I'm very lucky to be where I am, but I think it is this weird perspective where I'm like, I have everything I could want.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just get really sad, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's totally fine. Listen, are there times that I might not pull up to the function because I'm in my bed or I'm just fucking sad? Luckily, since I met y'all, I'm gonna be so real. Haven't had as many of those days.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm gonna be so real. I feel much more excited about life.
That makes me so happy.
No, genuinely though, bro. Like, shit, the first couple months that I was here, I was like, oh, I'm gonna pursue music, and it wasn't until November that I did that, because I spent the first 3 months going to work and then going home and playing video games and feeling like shit, and I'm never gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know, if it weren't for Naveed texting me and it weren't for you guys being cool as fuck, I probably would have given up by now. Like, honestly.
Really?
Which is crazy because it's not that much time. You know.
You really think so?
I think so, because shit, dude. I wasn't doing anything.
Were you like actively reaching out to people and trying to meet people, or no?
Yes and no. I mean, like, I would email like 30 people from like upcoming shows at the Troubadour who had no support, but I got no emails back. You know, I would like,
dude, it's so hard to send those cold emails.
It's so hard, but one group got back to me, and it was really cool. I wish I could remember their name, because they're actually they go on TikTok Live a lot. Speaking of that, they're like one of those bands that'll go on and be like, tell us a song, we're gonna play it, we're gonna learn it, we're gonna play it.
Yeah.
And they hit me back and they're like, hey, we actually have support for the tour already, but we like your shit, keep going, we did this when we were forming, like, it's worth it.
That's so cool.
That was really cool.
Oh my god,
that was really cool. So
that
I stopped reaching out. Just kidding. But it was really cool. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest, I just wasn't I wasn't sure of myself. I'm still like, I'll go a month without writing a song and I'll be like, this is it, you've tapped the well. That's it. No more on that. And then I'll sit down and write a song and be like, oh, that was fucking sick. Okay, cool. You know, and that's just the big back and forth. I love being able to collab with people, you know, and think of who I'm collabing with recently. I went to Pittsburgh to record with Eli.
Which is crazy.
That's because of y'all. I've been doing sessions like 2 or 3 times a month with Timothy Brown. Shout out Shit to Say.
Timothy Brown.
Coming out August 2nd. He actually told me before this, he's like, hey, don't talk about me on the podcast.
Oh, you're talked about, bro.
I'm going to talk about him. That's my baby boy.
He's got a haircut today. He looks handsome.
So handsome, bro. Maggie answered the phone and she was like, doesn't he look that good?
He does. He looks so handsome. I like it more.
I'm about to steal your man, Mags.
It's like a new trimmed version of Tim.
It is. It's very
it's like Dapper Tim.
It is Dapper Tim. He goes, bro, I have to go buy cigarettes. I feel like
yeah, dude. He's looking dapper. Like he's got that built-in suit look now.
Absolutely, bro. But I mean, literally everything I do in music stems from Live 2 and ATV.
Oh,
genuinely,
I love
bro.
You, bro. That's awesome.
Becca says it all the time. She's like, dude, you got so lucky.
Nah, I don't believe that though. Like, I think like you work incredibly hard and you're incredibly talented, and
I try.
and you write amazing songs and you practice all the time, and you put your foot out there. At the end of the day, like,
it's a grind, bro.
I don't know. I believe in luck, but like only to a certain degree. I think luck is just, I'm trying to remember where I read this. I can't remember. But damn, what is the quote? I think I'm gonna butcher it. It's
I won't know if you butcher it.
I do remember it. I don't remember where I read it, but it's like, there was this book I read and it had this graph. I think it was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, actually. But there's this graph where it's like on the x-axis is preparation, and then on the y-axis is opportunity. And the quote is just luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And I really, really think that's cool. True. Like, I think that. Like, if you're not prepared for the luck when it comes, then you're not going to perceive yourself as lucky, right? But it's like, if you are prepared for that luck, then you're perceived as lucky. It's kind of like, you know, like, is it lucky that in Game 7 of the NBA Finals in 2016, like, Steph Curry had the opportunity to, like, shoot a 3 to, like, win the finals? Like, was that... like luck,
buckled under the pressure,
or was he just prepared? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't have got that opportunity if he wasn't prepared for it. So I don't know. It's like this weird thing, luck. But I think you would be here regardless. I think you'd be somewhere regardless, bro. Like, don't give us give yourself more credit.
Hey, didn't I say in the beginning of this that I wasn't gonna talk shit about myself?
Yeah.
that lasted under an hour. Well, like, I mean, I appreciate that, man. But it's I still feel it's this weird feeling between feeling hungry for more and like it doesn't feel like work because it's what I love.
Yeah,
I love doing music. I literally will do this for the rest of my life. I know that.
Yeah,
I'll be writing songs forever, no matter what happens. If I have to get a 9 to 5 and just stop pursuing this professionally, which let's not even manifest that because I don't know exactly, bro. This is very much what I want to do. I want to work in the music field. I fucking love it. It's really, really, it's intoxicating, frankly.
Yeah.
When I'm here, I feel so, like, locked in, dude.
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro. I'm so happy to hear that.
I mean, shit, thank you guys, bro. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here right now, bro. It's really cool.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Being from LA and, like, I guess you're from the Valley, so maybe it's like a little different, but I guess, like, being down here.
Yeah.
Were you, like... were there perceptions of music that you had being so close to LA? Like, were you in the scene of LA people at all? Did you ever meet anybody who made music? I'm sure you must have grown up meeting tons of people that made music,
I
right?
thought it was a myth.
Really?
I genuinely thought it was a myth. Because there were people, like, at my middle school, my high school, that went more the influencer route.
Yeah.
Or they didn't, why am I doing that? They did music. But they were more, like, they didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they did music, but it was like, I do music, and I model, and I act, and I do this, and I do that. You know? So, growing up, I didn't know that LA was a spot for music. I frankly just thought it was Nashville, which is funny because now that I'm in it, I'm like, okay, Nashville's very much country. You know, there's everything. There's everything. You know, Nashville is the mecca of music.
Yeah.
You know, it is the spot. But I think I grew up. All I knew about Nashville was country.
Yeah.
You know, I know Memphis was like Graceland and all that stuff, and so I just didn't think it was a thing down here. And also, I'm Chatsworth, baby. I didn't really have a car. I was not going out to Hollywood. I wasn't going to all these clubs. And so it really wasn't until I was able to, go out in Hollywood and go out in LA, and I was meeting more people who, do you listen to Phoebe Bridgers? Oh, I listen to Phoebe Bridgers too. You know?
Yeah.
This is pre-blow up. All right, this is we were on that shit.
Yeah, you were really on her.
Nah, bro, we were Better Oblivion Community Center type shit.
Oh, Connor Oberst, my favorite songwriter of all time.
Connor Oberst is a dog.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was college when I started to figure out that it was like attainable.
Yeah.
I remember when I hit up Hotel Cafe for my first show. That was like one of the reasons I always go back there. And I always like do like, what would I say? I call them like my check-in shows. I try to do it like once every
tune up.
Yes, I try to do them like once every 6 to 8 months because they're so wonderful down there. Anytime I email them, they say, "Yeah, that date works. Come on in. Do you want to bring some friends?" Always. I've never had a problem with them. And I remember growing up, it was one of the only clubs or bars that like I knew of because I had some artists that my dad and I listened to who would play there.
Yeah.
And I could never go with him because he saw this one of my favorite artists of all time, and I'm going to plug him because he's incredible. His name is Brian Vander Ark. He was like one of my idols growing up. This dude was straight singer-songwriter. His band, The Verve Pipe, was really big in the 90s. They have that song, The Freshman, Can't Be Held Responsible. If you know that song,
no. It's
a really good song.
Okay.
It was like a very classic 90s song. And when they kind of, phased out, like, because, you had like your 15 minutes of fame in the 90s. When they kind of phased out, he went on this grind of just solo singing, songwriting. And oh my God, my dad and I blasted that music my entire childhood. I get a lot of influence from his style of songwriting, and he played the Hotel Cafe a couple times. And I actually have a signed poster from him that says, like, from 2007, "Justin, keep rocking that guitar."
Aww.
And then actually I ended up doing a show because he does this thing so cool. he'll come fly out to play like house parties and stuff. I think he calls it lawn chairs in living rooms.
Okay,
and
that's it.
Yeah, and if you hit him up and he'll come out and play. And so we are obviously huge fans of his band and huge fans of him. And he came out and played a show for a couple families. Like we all chipped in. And
damn, that's sick.
I was 15 years old. I got to play 2 songs before he went on. I like opened for him.
Oh,
He re-signed the poster from 2007, and he said, "I'm gonna take credit for discovering you."
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's a video of that somewhere. That was really cool.
I'm gonna take credit for discovering you.
Yeah, dude.
So sick.
Well, I mean, but dude, you talk about domino effect. I mean, that guy had such a huge influence on my life. That's how I knew about Hotel Cafe.
Yeah.
And then when I was down here in like 2022, I was like, I've never done a professional show. I did like county fairs and whatever. And I hit them up. I was like, this is the show. I'm stepping up, you know. And they responded to me. And they were like, yeah, dude, come down. And then I played a show there. I played the 6 p.m. slot. I think I invited probably 50 people. Like 6 people showed up. And it was my family, my sister's best friend, and her mom. And I played probably to this day one of like the top 5 shows of my life. It was just, it was amazing, dude. I wish you could see, I have pictures of it, but like you could just see my smile the entire show. Aww. I was like, there's only 5 people here. I don't give a fuck, dude. The golden rule of performing live for me is I will play to nobody.
That's how you gotta be, bro.
I love playing music.
Yeah,
dude. I love playing music. I never feel more alive. But you could see my smile. I was like, thank you guys so much for coming. Like, this is so cool. And then the owner of Hotel Cafe, or the proprietor, you know, whoever, her name's Gia, the woman who runs it. She was there, and she came up to me and said, "That was a great set. You should like let us know when you want to play again." So I hit them up.
That's so cool.
Hit them up. Had a few more people at that show. Hit them up again a year later. Had more people at that show. Just did another show back there in January, and I had filled the second stage.
That's so
I filled the room,
bro.
dude. And when we play there, I'm doing a show August 31st for the release of Real Name. Timmy's gonna be on that one, and a great artist from Sacramento named Jenny Stanger is gonna be on it. And now I'm gonna be the 9 p.m. slot, and it's gonna be centered around the release. And I'm gonna totally try to get a bunch of people to pull up.
Yeah.
But like, I'm telling you, dude. Like, if I can give myself any credit, I really don't give up on my shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I build this lore. You build lore in your head. You know, like ATB would not be where it is right now if it weren't for the fact that you took it seriously from the start.
Yeah, that's true. You have to take yourself seriously before anybody else, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think you gotta like, and I
not
think,
in a cocky way, but in a, you know,
it's like that delusional self-belief mentality, right?
Absolutely.
Like you kind of gotta like not question or think you'll do it.
Yeah.
You gotta like know you'll do it. And I think if you know you'll do it, you'll do it. I think it really is that simple. I think it's kind of just the result of doing it for thousands and thousands and thousands of hours, and you'd have to like be oblivious to somehow not make it work after all that time, you know?
Absolutely. Dude, I mean, that's so valid, dude. There is no doubt in my mind that like when I see my friends going out and opening for people on tours, or I see someone playing an instrument in someone's band for a tour, I go, it's attainable.
Yeah, it is.
It's scary. I mean, it's
right there, though.
It's scary, but it's right there.
I mean, everything seems so far before you actually find it or do it, or somebody in your vicinity does it. Like, it all seems so like falsified and so far and so like fantasy world, but it's literally not. Yeah. Especially when you're in LA, it's like literally right there.
I mean, and I think another part of it is I want it.
Yeah.
Like there is literally nothing else in the world I want more than to do that. I look at I mean, dude, I think about people that we are like collectively friends with, and I have no shame in telling if there's someone's like, hey, I'm friends with Dante, I'm like, oh, dude, I fucking love Dante's music, you know, not on some like, you know, weird shit, but I'm like, dude, I have so much respect for that person.
Be a fan, bro.
Dude, be a fan.
Be like unapologetically a fan. Always.
I hate when I like, it's LA, you run into celebrities all the time. You know, I used to work at Sierra Canyon, dude, for 8 years. You'd run into Kanye, you'd run into LeBron, you know, and you would see people who'd be like, and I like, that's an extreme, but then you'd see people be like, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Like, you know, yeah.
I love going up to someone and being like, hey, dude, I loved you in this movie. That took hella work, dude. I met what was really cool? Oh, I mean, rest in peace. I met Taylor Hawkins because his I mean, this isn't like doxing or anything. I knew their kid. And Taylor Hawkins.
Really?
Yeah. So Shane, who went viral in a video
for playing
the drums,
for playing My Hero on stage.
So Shane, this is public information. Shane was one of the kids who I took care of at Cedar Canyon.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and he's grown up now, so I can say this.
He's a great drummer.
Hell yeah, dude! He got his dad's talent, bro.
Yeah.
And he was one of the kids I played football with after school, and I probably hung out with this kid. I mean, I was like, in charge of him, but. I was working there when I was like 15. This kid was like 10 or 11. It wasn't that much of a difference. No, it was like I was still a kid in terms of like hanging out with like it was actually really cool, like being a CIT there and being like a young worker there, because I'd be working with 7th and 8th graders and I was in 9th grade.
Yeah, that's cool, bro.
And so it was really cool because I was talking to Shane, whatever, and he goes, yeah. Justin, do you play fantasy football? I was like, yeah, dude. We all had a league over there. I was like, yeah, dude. He was like, dude, Aaron Rodgers was at my house last week. I went.
It's like, okay, bro.
I was like, fucking flex, okay.
Yeah, I was like, crazy flex.
And the natural question to ask at that school was, okay, who's your dad or who's your mom? Because there were a lot of those kids there. I was like, wait, what's your last name? And he goes, Hawkins. I went, no way. And he was like, yeah, my dad's Taylor. Do you listen to Foo Fighters? I was like, that is my favorite fucking band ever. And I'm telling you, bro, I talked a big game about not fanboying. Yeah. I told Shane, I was like, dude, that is my favorite band. Your dad is one of my idols. Like, I know everything. I was like, on some real shit, like, your dad's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Right? And this was the coolest moment of mine working there. Like, a week later, I was like, I work carpool. I get a call. Yo, Shane's getting picked up right now. He wants, like, can you walk him? I was like, yeah, bet. I walk him. His dad gets out of the car and comes up, like, to shake my hand. He was like, hey, man, I'm Taylor. And I was like, yeah, I know who you are. He was like, dude, Shane has said a lot of nice things about you. Like, thank you for taking care of my kid.
That's so cool.
And I just got to tell him, I was like, dude, like, I have, at that time, I just started, like, playing guitar and writing songs. And I got to tell him, I was like, dude, like, you guys are, like, one of my biggest influences. Like, I literally play music because of you guys. Like, and like, thank you. Like, your son is awesome. Like, thank you so much for being you. And I hold on. I'm going to start crying. But I hold on to that, especially because he passed away.
Rest in peace, yeah.
Rest in peace. I mean, literally one of the greatest dudes ever.
Yeah.
And, like, that was
one of the greats for sure.
Dude, that was so cool. But, I mean, like, literally, like, I'm so glad that I was not embarrassed enough to be like, dude, like, I love your shit. Yeah. Thank you for being you. Can you imagine if I walked up and been like, oh, you're Shane's dad? Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
bro, fanboy, bro. It's totally cool.
Yeah, I agree.
If you were good at what you did, didn't mean like that.
In some fantasy world.
So not what I fucking meant, dude.
In some fantasy world where you knew what you were doing.
I'm fucking Jesus Christ. Dude, you want to talk about the heat? Can we keep that in too?
It gets you, bro.
That's fantastic. I meant if you were like the most famous fucking person, if you were good at what you did. I'm gonna say that again. If you were like the most famous person in the world, right? And you were like so notable for you're better than fucking Beyonce type shit. How would you feel if someone came up to you and was like, "Hey, what do you do?"
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
It'd be fun. That's crazy.
That's
bro.
Some LA shit, though, dude. That was like
that is such LA shit.
When I moved here, that was such a strange thing to see in lifetime so often. Like somebody who either I was with or I was around or whatever, go up to somebody who they very well know who they are and just like try so hard to like not act like they know who they are or know what they've done or like know their fan. Like it was just so weird, bro.
If there's one bad thing I can say about LA, I think there's this false perception that you need to be cool as hell to succeed and to be taken seriously. You do not. Be a clown. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I refuse to be that.
All my favorite people in the world are unapologetically fans.
Hell yeah, bro.
And it's like if someone says that about you, say thank you. Like
absolutely.
Like that's another weird thing, bro.
That's so true.
Like when this shit's weird, bro. In LA, when you've like you'll go up to somebody and be like, oh, like I love this song you did. I love the songwriting on this. I love the production on this. And they're just like, for sure.
It makes me not like the artist anymore.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna be so real.
Yeah.
I mean, like you do you, but I've actually had interactions where like I'll go to a show and I'll see this incredible act. This has happened multiple times. It happens a lot when you go to open mics and shit.
Yeah.
But I'll go up to someone afterwards and I'll be like, dude, that was phenomenal. What's your Spotify? What's this? Or I'll run into someone, dude. There are athletes that I would meet when I was working with the basketball team. We had a game at UCLA and like Jaime Jaquez, who's on the Heat. No offense to Jaime Jaquez. He's a fucking dog. But I dapped him up after the game, and I was like, "Yo, bro, like, can't wait to see you in the league." And he's like, "Yeah, for sure."
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, "Okay, bro, like, whatever."
Yeah. Like,
And then you walk up to someone who had a great game. Like, I remember Tiger Campbell was their point guard. I hate UCLA, but we played. It was like the only major team like we played.
Yeah.
And I dapped him up.
Or they're D1.
So Davis is D1, but we would have like 2 or 3 games against the Pac-12.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is really cool. But I would dap up like Tiger Campbell and be like, "Yo, dude, like, great game, like, you're a stud." And he'd be like, "Thank you, bro, I appreciate you." That's
so cool.
Fuck UCLA, but that makes me a fan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's just so important, bro.
Yeah,
it's so important to be like that. But like, I mean, my point is, it's like, I have no problem saying that, like, people we know or people that, like, you talk about people our age who are blowing up. Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
She's 22 years old, bro. You know, I have no problem being like, dude, I would love to be in that position.
Yeah.
And I want to do whatever I can to be in that position. Because why not, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to make it unless I manifest I'm going to be playing the Greek someday.
Yeah.
People are going to be lining up,
Yeah.
hopefully.
They'll
I don't
look back
know.
at this.
on some real shit. I don't know if sad ass shit is worth lining up for and going crazy over, but I've seen weirder things.
Yeah.
I've seen weirder things, bro. The line for Phoebe Bridgers at the Greek was one of the most chaotic things I've ever seen in my life, and it was so awesome. So many Doc Martens at that show, dude.
Doc Central.
Absolutely, bro.
Dude, what do you think? So it's so cool to hear, like, how, especially in the past, like, 8-9 months, like, everything's really, really changed for you. How has that kind of changed your emotional state and, like, the way you've been looking at stuff? Like,
it's confusing.
Is it confusing?
It's really confusing.
Explain.
I have found myself, I don't even know how to say it. I found myself really just kind of, like, stopping for a second and being like, how do I feel right now? Which is something that I never really felt. I was either like, I'm really happy, and I knew it. I was like, oh, I'm so vibing right now. Or I'd be like, man, I'm off. I'm depressed right now. Yeah. There's been a lot of weird
middle ground.
Yeah. Which is another weird thing. Have I written about it? No, I don't know how the fuck to write about it yet. I'm gonna be so real. I don't know how to write about the middle ground yet, because writing happy songs are hard. You know, Eli just made a whole song about that, right? Yeah. You know, it's hard to write happy songs. It's not that hard, surprisingly, to write sad songs, I feel like. But I think I don't know, this is the first time in my life where I really feel, like, fulfilled in what I'm doing. Yeah. Am I like eating into the mic?
No, you're fine. I was turning it up.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. So now I'm going to get really close and talk about personal. But, yeah, man, I find myself, like, doing a lot of shit. You know? Like, I'm keeping a calendar. You know? Damn. Which sounds like not a lot, but I'm keeping a calendar, bro.
But the moment when you keep a calendar and you have to stick to it is, like, a very, very good moment, you know?
It is a big moment, but I find myself, I'll be driving over here and I'll be like, okay, wow, what the fuck do I feel like I'm on autopilot to some extent, you know? But at the same time, like, I'm still getting shit done, and I feel like I'm doing well at the things that I'm doing. Like, I feel like I'm almost autopilot putting my all into it, but at the same time, dude, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I'll be on here talking about, oh shit, I have depression, I have anxiety, but I can't remember the last time that I really had like a depressive, like, episode.
That's so beautiful.
Which is a beautiful thing, but it's also like, damn, do I still feel that way? The answer is yes. Yeah. That shit doesn't go away. But I mean, yeah, dude, it's just it is weird, and from a songwriting perspective, it's a little jarring. You know, it's a little jarring because I sometimes I listen to songs that I wrote when I was in a certain spot, and I'm like, I feel like I don't know how much I connect to them anymore, which is hilarious because they're not even out. I'm already going through that artist cycle of I don't really play the old shit anymore. Yeah, I ain't even there yet, bro.
Dude, that's like I feel like that's everybody's worst nightmare. It's like you write the song that you love, but then it's like a fucking year and a half till it comes out, and by the time it comes out, you're not even that passionate about it anymore.
Dude, I'm so not even allowed to be at that point yet. I have so many songs just backed up. Yeah, it's crazy. I keep this note, and I've had this note since I was 14 years old, and it's called My Songs. It says My Songs, and it's a long ass fucking list in order that I wrote them, and it's at like almost 70 now.
Damn, bro.
And I'm like, listen, maybe half of those are playable.
Do you sit down and write every day, or do you write for experience?
No, I really I think I should. Listen, man, I don't know. You know, like everyone says it, but it's like you always wish you were doing more, or you always think you should be doing more. I try to cut myself some slack on that. I think I do a lot, but at the same time, like I don't write as much as I used to.
Yeah.
But I think that's countered by the fact that I wrote a lot in college. You know, and I think another like positive look at it is that I'm not just writing anything.
Yeah.
Anymore.
That's a key, I think.
Yeah.
I've always found it so weird when people are just like, I think you have to go into the process of writing with an experience to write
Absolutely.
about. Otherwise, you're just kind of trying to pull things from thin air that you're not really feeling super hard, I think, a lot of the times.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, everybody writes differently, right? But I think I've never really understood the process of being like, I'm going to sit down and write a song today. Like,
I can't do it.
Yeah. I feel like it comes from the most intense emotions. And you're right. A lot of the times, those emotions are the sad ones for whatever reason. I don't know. But, it's weird. I don't know why. Like, our brains...
Isn't that crazy?
We're incredibly happy. Don't go to like, I want to write a song about being incredibly happy right now.
That's how I feel. I mean, I literally like, in the few moments in the past 2-3 years that I've had, incredibly sad things happen, I've written a song within the next 24 hours.
Yeah, dude.
And it's actually like, I'm like, fuck. Like, I talked to my therapist about this. I was like, I don't want to become addicted to writing songs when I'm sad. Because I'm going to trick myself into thinking I can only do it when I'm sad. And my therapist told me, he was like, because he works with a lot of, this is just random. I just randomly found him, and he works in Santa Monica, so he's like,
a lot of musicians and stuff. Probably
a lot of musicians, a lot of art, like a lot of actors and stuff. And he actually used to like be a comedy writer, and stuff. So he got it in terms of like having writer's block and stuff. And he was like, dude, like I'm gonna force you to literally go home and write one sentence, like write one line. All right, he's go write one line a day. And are you sad right now? I was like, no. He was like, cool. Okay, go fucking write something. Yeah. And I did because he told me to. Yeah. And I was like, bet. And I mean, I still struggle with that thought of like, oh man, I feel neutral. What do I do when I feel neutral? What am I supposed to pull from, bro? Yeah. Sitting here with all my hennies and no one wants to fucking hear that. Genuinely, I don't want to listen to that, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. So I think that's one struggle I'm having right now. Everything's awesome right now, and what do I do with that?
What are like the biggest lessons you've learned about songwriting as you've gotten more and more into it? Like, have there been any big turning points or any huge lessons, either when you were in college or when you moved here, or after, like any big breakthroughs where you were like, oh, like I learned that and that changed everything?
Damn, great question.
Thanks.
Lessons I've learned about songwriting: trust your gut. If I write a line and I sing it to myself, I try not to settle for it. Yeah. Because it's awesome. It's really frustrating when you write the first verse and you write the chorus and then you have to write the second verse and you're like, fuck. Yeah. I don't know where that shit came from. Yeah. What am I supposed to do now? And it's really easy to, just go on Rhyme Zone and write the first thing down that you think of. And if I play it, it will ruin the song for me. If the verse and the chorus are good, but there's one line in the second verse that I think sucks, I won't play the song. Yeah. I genuinely won't. I'd say there are a fair amount of that. I think there's a fair amount of songs that I've written that there's just one part of it that I don't like and it ruins the whole song for me. Yeah. Do you think that's a bad thing or a good thing? I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. What, that it ruins the song? That you don't settle. I think it's a great thing. Yeah. I think it's a great thing. I think that genuinely my songwriting has improved. Like significantly, because I take the necessary time. Like I wrote one song that I'm really proud of recently is Pandora's Box, and you guys have heard that one. That was great. That was one of the hardest songs I've ever written because it. Whoa! Hell yeah, that was a loud honk, bro. Sounds like a BART train. It does sound like a BART. Man, I missed the bay. Hey, we're going for Outside Lands, bro. It's gonna be sick. Yeah, I'm pumped. Yeah, bro. Got some cool interviews. I'm excited. Yeah, are you gonna interview Chaperone? No, she said no. Did you actually reach out to Chaperone? Yeah. That's epic, dude. Well, I just reached out to... They just send you a list of all the publicists and all the managers. Shut up. So I just emailed all of them. Are you allowed to say who you're interviewing? Maybe off camera? Yeah. Angry Baby, French Cassette, epic, dude. Miles, Rocco, and one... there's one more that's escaping me. I don't know. But... Dude, that's so sick. It was really, really exciting because, like, the past 2 years... So this is my third time... Or third or fourth. I think third. Time getting... Yeah, it's the best weekend ever, cool. Bro. But, like, I think this is my third year getting media passes. Wow. And the prior 2 years, I had to, like...
really fight to get like one or two interviews. And this year, like, I reached out and I got 5 in like a day.
That's amazing.
Which was very, very exciting.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool in those little moments of tangible growth that you don't really expect. Like, make themselves apparent, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't expect to like that happen, but.
And next year you'll get 10.
I hope so, bro.
You know?
I hope so. No Sabrina Carpenter, no Chapel Roan, though. Both said no, unfortunately. I was really expecting them to say yes. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's crazy because Sabrina actually ended up DMing ATB and was like, yo, that was my publicist, not me.
Yeah. You know? She was like, Loki, like, I think you're hella chill. I think you're hella fine. Like,
nonsense outro is going to be about ATB.
Yeah. Have you seen that redhead guy on TikTok who, like, fuck, bro, what's his name?
Not the one who wears the do-rag.
Mario knows what I'm talking about. The guy on TikTok.
Bro, TMZ covered me leaving the.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah.
July party,
Oh, it's Zach?
Yeah, Zacharific. Zacharific.
Yo, tell me what. Yo, sorry, my girl's calling me Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
I love that, dude. Dude, and I love the people that, like he shouted out Tyler in a video.
I saw
She
that.
shouted out Tyler, and Tyler reposted it.
That was so funny.
I was like, baby, I miss you, come home. Oh, my God, bro.
I think it's so much funnier now. The celebrities, like, buying into it.
That's
like,
so sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's the same shit we were talking about of, like, people being, like, chill like that.
Yeah.
You imagine someone's like, that's not what happened. Like, obviously, bro, what the fuck?
That's the joke.
Bro? That's literally the joke. Man, oh, fuck, bro, what were we talking about?
Zacharific.
I wish y'all could feel how hot it is right out here.
Yeah, bro, I feel
we were talking about, Pandora's Box.
Yes.
Pandora's Box. Dude, when I wrote Pandora's Box, it was actually, like, one of the craziest, like, pressure-filled writing situations. I created the pressure. No one was telling me, hey, man, you need to write a song.
Yeah.
I was just moving home from college, like, for the last time. Like,
I didn't know that song was that new. I
was brand new. I think I wrote it probably a year ago, a year and a month ago.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Nice thing about iPhone voice memos, it tells you the date.
Yeah.
You know, so I get to do my little
that is cool.
little mini anniversary celebration. But yeah, dude, I had written songs of, you know, not much substance. Not that they were bad songs, but they weren't, like, deep.
Yeah.
You know, I like writing deep songs because, shocker, the deep ones connect with the audience more, and it's much more. It never stops feeling validating to play a deep song.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, even if you don't feel the feelings anymore.
Hell yeah.
I feel validated for my past self.
Yeah. You know, I feel that, bro.
Yeah, it feels great, man.
Yeah.
And I knew that I wrote Somewhere in America in college during a very tough time in my life. I wrote 18 in college during a very tough time in my life. And every single year I had written one of those songs, you know, and like I said, I feel like I had felt like I had tapped into the well. And then with like a month or so to go before moving home, I was like, dude, how am I?
Yeah.
You know?
Wow, that's such a good songwriting technique. Just like, how am I?
Yeah. I mean, dude, do you want to know the story of that song?
Yeah.
So I pretty much, actually, it's going to answer pretty much what we just talked about like, you know, how am I feeling?
Yeah.
You know, because I think I'm still there.
Yeah.
You know, which I think is okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've changed so much mentally in the past year, and I think that's cool. I think it's not a bad place to be. But I basically was in a session with my therapist, and one big thing I've always struggled with is memory.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah.
It's memory. Like, I think people talk about, like, oh yeah, all these good times I had in high school. I don't remember shit from high school.
Interesting.
Like, and it's like genuinely like a thing. Like,
it's like repression.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was until last year. My therapist was like, maybe you repressed trauma.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I don't feel like I have a lot of trauma. I grew up a very privileged, like, white kid in the valley, bro. Like,
yeah.
I'm a white Jewish kid in the valley. You know, I had it pretty good. You know, and I don't know, man. Listen, I got bullied for being ginger. You know,
you deserved it.
Hey, you laughed? What the fuck was that? Did you hear that, Mario? Yo,
gingers deserve to be bullied.
Play that back.
Bully all the gingers.
Laughing the pain away, bro. See, I can laugh about that shit now, but like on some real shit, bro. Back in the day, like, you know, before I had facial hair and before I got like professional haircut, my dad cut my hair and
my dad used to cut my hair too.
Oh yeah, it's tough, bro.
Yeah.
I love my dad, but he used to buzz my shit to a 1.
Oh, to a 1 is crazy.
Girls used to call me Caillou.
Caillou's nuts.
It's
bro.
tough, dude. And I would laugh. Like, yeah, I love that show.
Like, yeah, that's hilarious.
I'm tough though, bro.
Yeah,
tough though. Being a 9th grader, I was like first day of 9th grade. Some girl called me Caillou.
That's so.
Oh, it was so tough, dude.
That's so terrible.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, like, I think I repressed a lot of shit because I was not confident. Looking back now, dude, honestly, I could have cut myself a lot of slack. But dude, you're going through puberty, and you know, your hormones are raging, bro. I thought I was a piece of shit. I genuinely did. I was like, I'm ugly. I don't have enough talent. I don't have enough going for me in school. Girls don't want to talk to me. Friends don't want to talk to me. I'm worthless.
Yeah.
You know? And I think I just kind of put all, I would go to school and I wouldn't remember the day and I'd stuff all that shit in some fucking
Pandora's box.
Yeah.
In Pandora's box.
This is some sort of hot tub time machine, you know? And thank you, Mario. That was for you, baby. And yeah, dude. So when I went to write that song, I'd been talking a lot with my therapist about not remembering shit because I'm 22 years old. I shouldn't have to deal with that yet. And when it came to writing, I was like, what is my problem right now? And so I wrote about that.
Interesting.
That song is literally about, like, one of the lines of my song is my therapist told me that Pandora's box is holding me underground and I'm too afraid to open up because I'm too afraid to open up because I don't know what I might be. I don't know what I might be letting out. I wrote the fucking song. Can't even remember the lyrics.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's like almost the concept of like that's another thing. It's like, I mean, I maybe I'm just projecting here, but I feel like on that note, I certainly like have this tendency to like not admit things to myself that are problems because once you admit them, they're real. That's
Absolutely, bro.
And that's kind of the same idea.
If you push it off for long enough, maybe it'll go away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what.
I guess that is like what repression really is.
Absolutely.
But it's so weird. I definitely feel that. Like, there's been times in my life I think where I've realized, like, cause I'm very similar. I grew up pretty middle class, like in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
You know, pretty normal, pretty privileged, and like, you forget that like you still have emotions sometimes.
Absolutely.
Not to be like, oh, I have it bad, but like I certainly didn't. But you know, you forget that like you still are a person and you're a walking, breathing organism that has feelings. And
you ever feel like it's not your place to complain?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody who grew up in a pretty good area feels that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and we're lucky to feel that way.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
We're lucky to feel that way.
It's a hard thing to talk about.
It is a hard thing to talk about.
Yeah.
It gets into that territory of the two white guys talking on the podcast.
It does.
But it's actually it's an interesting concept, bro.
No, yeah.
And that's what I mean, shit, dude. It's everyone feels shit, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone feels shit. It's like you see you see. I mean, we'll get deep again. You see famous celebrities who, you know, aren't here anymore.
Yeah.
For reasons. I didn't want to do like a trigger warning on the screen, so I'm just gonna say that. And you go, well, that person had it all. Okay.
Yeah.
But what else were they suffering? Like,
you just never know.
You just never know. You just never know, man. And it's tough, dude. And I think that's why when I was writing that song, I was like, I need to write about the fact that I'm repressing all this shit. And that song took, man, I probably knock out most of my songs in about a day or two.
Yeah.
Maybe if I give it like a lot of time, like if I'm struggling on a bridge or I had class, because that was another big thing. If I had class, I couldn't write. You know, or if I had work, I just literally was not with my guitar. But I get shit done like a week. That song took me like 2.5 months to write.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
At first, it was because I didn't know what the song was going to be about. Like, I had the chords. You know, the chords were there. I have a voice memo of that. I can literally go back to the voice memos and be like, okay, I wrote that first. You know, and I think the first thing I wrote was the end of the song, which was the I don't remember, because it's about, you know, it's a little on the nose, you know.
Yeah.
If it had just been that song, it would have just been that in the song, it would have been on the nose. But it was I need to talk about repression. And then when that happened with my therapist, I just literally said to him on the call, I was like, hey, can I write that down? He was like, please.
That's so cool.
I was like, I don't need to credit you. He was like, nah, it's cool, bro.
He's like, yeah, you can write it down, but I need
30%
of the master, and I need per for like 7 years.
Oh shit, that's why he works with artists. Honestly, genius,
dude. Entertainment law is something that's like that's like how it works very often. Is you get points on records, and like, bro, some of those fools make so much money.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That is such industry shit.
Yeah.
That is such industry shit, dude.
Yeah.
I work on a very 50-50 basis, bro. I'm like, if you write it with me, cool, you know.
Yeah.
But that's I don't know that I don't get into numbers and shit because I just want to have fun doing what I do.
Yeah, it's beautiful, bro. It's very pure.
I just want to have fun doing what I do. If you want to make money off my shit, cool. But if you want to just write a cool ass song with me, like what we've been doing for like what we've been doing for Real Name, and we'll get into that after. But
yeah, I'm excited to talk about that.
Just wanted to put that out there. That's been a really fucking cool process.
Yeah, totally.
That's been a very much friends going out and doing shit.
That's what it feels like.
That's what this feels like right now.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to my homie. I'm like, fuck, we've been talking for an hour, 28 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, I do not care if we are talking to nobody right now.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast talking to you.
That's what I mean, bro.
Fucking lit.
Yeah, but that's also where everything begins and ends. Like,
yeah.
I think it has to begin and end there. I think if you don't start from that place, you lack like the relatability, or even like that like almost like that notion that like somebody wishes they were in your shoes.
Absolutely.
That just makes everything relatable and everything more fun. You know, it's like people have to feel like you're having fun. I think it's very similar on stage. I think it's not to say, you know, not to discredit anybody who might struggle with stage fright or anything, but it's like, unfortunately, if you're anxious and you portray it, it's gonna change the audience perception of you.
For sure.
It's just a very real thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. I'm excited to start playing more shows because one thing my sister does give me credit for, because she's one of my biggest critics when it comes to music, you know, good and bad.
That's good though.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so necessary to not have just yes man in your life. But one thing that she gives me credit for is she likes watching me do my stage banter, because you know the saying, all comedians want to be musicians and all musicians want to be comedians. Yeah, I am part of that for sure, dude.
Same with like all rappers want to be hoopers and all hoopers want to rap.
And you know what? To each their own, bro. Yeah. It works. It's like I have so much fun. If you come to one of my shows, it's not just going to be me going, you know, good evening, and then I fucking play for an hour, which should be lit. You know, I get more songs in, but I do 2-3 minutes in between songs. I'll tune in my guitar. Hey, yo, so here's the story behind the song. Here's what happened, and thank you guys so much for coming. You know, and thank you for listening. It's very much a, you know, I want it to feel like a kickback when you're at one of my shows. That's a great mentality. I want you to leave the show being like, oh, that guy's a homie. Let me hit him up. Like let's. Yeah. It's shit, dude. I texted you this the other day, but I'm so excited for when you get to play with the band. Oh, dude, I can't wait. It's gonna be so epic, dude. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to bringing those songs to really, really fully forming those songs, which, I mean, there are so many, but man, it's a grind, and we talk about that, and it's still in my mind. I'm like, oh, that's so far away, but then I'm like, it's not. That shit'll happen. There will be a band to tour with. Yeah, you know, it's just cool, man. It's baby steps though, bro. I might be playing for another 6 months to a year, just solo shit. Who knows, bro? It'll come though. Who knows? I'm excited for it, bro. People will start hearing the music, and hopefully people like it. And if one song doesn't hit, well, shit, let's make another. Yeah, you know, exactly. Fuck it. It's still fun, dude. I don't care, dude. And I'll finish what I say about Pandora's Box, and then if you want to get to Real Name, because that's fucking exciting. Yeah. But dude, if we get 3 streams on Real Name, and it's me, you, and Timothy Brown, fuck yeah, it's on Spotify. So maybe song. Someone will find. I love that song. Yeah. I'm fucking confident in that song. I think it bangs, bro. But I'm like, I had a blast making it, and I've had a blast promoting it. And I will have an equal blast promoting the next one. Yeah, exactly, bro. You know what I mean? And that's literally all that matters. Before we get to that, though, I did want to talk about something that I think is interesting about you that I think I probably haven't talked about on this podcast really. But you're somebody who, like, you're playing shows by yourself with your artist project. Yeah. And those aren't the ones where you're making a bunch of money, but you also do this thing where, like, you're playing all these cover gigs and stuff to make, like, a living. And I thought that would be interesting to bring up and just hear more about how you do it, because I think that's a world where there's a lot of very, very talented musicians that don't really realize they can do that. Yeah. And I just don't know if they know where to look. So I thought it could be cool to talk about that. Dude, I didn't realize I could do it. Yeah. All right. We're so bad. Let's go. Hey, baby. So, Justin, how do you... Cover gigs. Yeah, how do you make money from playing music? Yeah, dude. So I got lucky. I really, really well thought out intricate question there. Hey, so how do you make money? Like, where does the money come from? Where does the money come from? There's not much of it, but the job that I work at, where I work at the gym, you know what? My boss was like, someone canceled on a live music gig, because they do music on, like, their Friday nights. Someone canceled, and she was like, oh, Justin does music. And so literally, like, that day, like, they hit me up and like, hey, we need someone tonight, like, do you want to play? And I was like, sure. Yeah. You know, and I went out there, and they do 3-hour gigs. They're long as fuck. That's some Nashville shit, dude. 3 hours. Yeah, they're long as fuck, and they don't pay incredibly well, but I wouldn't trade them for the world, because I mean, it's it's not work. You know.
Is that how you kind of spiraled to like start playing other parties and stuff though?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because I think, listen, there's a lot of families that go there and they're awesome, and they come in for a Friday night and they see me play and they go, hey, I'm having a 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Do you want to play?
Which is an underrated thing that I think like a lot of independent musicians that are, especially in the early days of trying to make money off music, don't quite understand yet. And especially in LA, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I would think it's harder in LA, but you still can do it in LA because it's more competitive in LA, I would say. But like, if you're in a small town, bro, like, and you have a good voice and you play a little guitar and you know some Beatles songs or you have some cool originals or you know some Stevie Wonder songs, like, go try your hand at putting yourself on Craigslist and playing some music that way just for random people. Even if they're older folks, it's still like money in your pocket for playing music. And
it's such good practice.
Yeah,
it's such good practice because like there are times that like I'll have gigs. You know, it's like everything, like, you know, in the industry, like industry falls asleep in November through February. You know, parties might fall off in September through November, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a seasonal thing. You know, summer's better, and sometimes I'm making, you know, 3 or 4 gigs a month, and sometimes I have 1.
Yeah.
You know, or 0. But it's just it's really fun, and I play 60s, 70s, and 80s songs, but I play the same shit, and I don't really care about the money. It helps me pay rent, which is so epic. You know, it's really tight. But yeah, man, I mean, I know that when I play shows, like when we did the ATV show, I had 2 gigs the day before that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I had 2 gigs the day before that, and my voice was fucking gone, bro. The recording sounded lit. I'm not gonna lie, it was sick, great, dude. Thank you for recording that, by the way. It was fucking awesome. But you know, I know now that when I get up, that I can deliver.
Yeah.
You know, and not on some cocky shit. You know, not like, oh my god, I'm gonna blow their fucking minds. Nah, man. It's hard to perform.
Yeah.
It is hard to get up in front of people, and you know, there are times that you can just kind of turn your brain off and just play your music, but that's not what I want to do. I don't want to be someone who's filling the room. I want someone to be at a Justin Toole show.
Wow. Yeah, that's well said. That's really well said.
Yeah. I don't want to be part of the bill.
Yeah. You want to be the bill.
And not even like...
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Every artist should have that mentality.
No, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. I want to be part of the bill. I don't want to be the person you forget on the bill.
Yeah, 100%.
Who opened for that guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Who was the opener? I don't remember. You know, I saw the Struts open for Foo Fighters once. And the Struts are a great fucking band, you know, and I will never forget the Struts opening for them because they maybe had a couple thousand people watching, people on their phones.
Yeah.
And the lead singer gets up and is fucking doing the Freddie Mercury.
That's crazy.
The balls, dude.
Yeah.
The balls to be the opener and do that shit.
The Struts open for the Foo Fighters? That's crazy.
Dude, it's crazy ass show. Crazy ass show. It was in Fresno in 2017.
Fresno,
It was insane, dude. Save Mart Center. Iconic. And it was just so fucking cool, and that's how I want to be, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play dumb. I know what my path has to be. I'm not gonna go to these amazing venues. I'm not gonna play MSG in the next year.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
You never know.
Man, he's so down to earth. He knows he's not gonna play the Forum.
Bro's so humble.
Bro's so
humble. He's so reserved.
I just pop my sunglasses on and be like, actually, dude, I'm playing crypto next week. It's gonna fucking happen. But no, man, I'm so excited for the journey, bro. Like, there's no denying. I'm at square fucking one, dude, and I cannot wait, bro, to work. I can't wait to work, and I can't wait to do all this shit and drive around in a van and be hungry and be thirsty and be run out of money.
Yeah, bro.
You know, that's what I want to do in life.
That's what it takes.
It's what it takes, and I firmly believe that if I work hard, I will get there.
The path is never like this, bro. The path is like this. Yeah,
you know,
it's never straight up.
I can't wait to open for someone, get lucky enough for someone to reach out and want me to open for them at a show. And I can't wait for when I get to my 5th song and people are actually listening. Yeah. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be fucking amazing.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
It's gonna be so cool. And we only grow from there, man. We only grow from there. But that is how the fuck did I even get to that, dude?
Day by day.
How the fuck did I even get to that?
I don't know.
Where's
you going?
This is sick, dude.
Thank you, bro. Okay, real name. Let's talk about real name a little bit. So, do you want to talk about the kind of inception of the song, how it came about, and tell it from your perspective? And then 2, I know, like you mentioned a couple times, you said like if this feels like a debut single type situation.
For sure.
Does it feel like that? And because you already have stuff out, why does this feel different? And so sorry, I just asked 2 questions there.
No,
but
I got you. I'll
start with the story and then go into.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'll start with. I like the second part that you asked will lead into a story.
Okay, cool.
That was solid. I have songs out on Spotify. I have Logic on my laptop. Yeah. It crashes my fucking computer, but I have it, you know, and they're cool. You know, they're time capsules. Yeah. You know, those are songs that hopefully people go and listen to in a couple years and go, holy shit, dude, like that was early day type shit. Because the production's not good. The mastering's good because whoever I paid on Fiverr to do it for $7 killed it. They ran it through a couple plugins because I didn't fucking have them, you know. And they're
probably
cool.
landed it.
What does that mean?
It's like AI mastering.
Shit. Okay. Hey man, still sounds better than what I could do. Yeah. You know, and they're cool, and I'll keep them up. But I mean, this is definitely the first song that I listen to and I go, yeah, this is radio quality shit. You know, for everyone who still listens to the radio. But it's fucking awesome, and it has.
What feels different about it?
The effort. The effort. Yeah. It feels like I don't care about the results nearly as much as I care about the heart that we put into it. Yeah. You know, which is funny too because like it's one of the first songs I ever co-wrote. You know, it's like this could have just as easily been released under Timothy Brown. As it could under mine. When we were recording the song on the first day, Timmy was singing the first verse. We went through iterations of, okay, you know, we're at Timmy's house and shit, dude. That you know how many fucking lines in that song? Like I'm not gonna discredit myself, but I think the coolest part of this song is we can't go through and pick apart. Oh, who wrote this? Who wrote that? It's such a pure. I mean, shit. This fucking guy wrote the real name line. He literally wrote the real name line. You know, that's actually the one line in the song I can pick out and be like, I know who wrote this one. You know, because like, I don't know, every single song I'd written up to that point was purely me and purely about something. And
like
so
in
there
your
was
room alone, yeah.
So there's this like protective nature that I have over my songs, and which makes them harder to record. I feel like because I have this idea in my mind of what I need it to be, but with this one, it just feels different because. I mean, the concept literally came from me playing a riff in your living room, and then you playing a beat. You know, whatever. My beatboxing is sick. Hire me if you want me to play your wedding. And then you shouting out, you know, and we just built it from there, dude. And so it feels professional. It feels like a team effort. It feels like well built. And also Timothy's a fucking crazy good producer. Yeah. You know, I have one of the reasons I didn't record up in Davis at all was because I knew that I was not capable. And I would get shit from not to call them out, but I get shit from my parents all the time. Yeah. Oh, if you want to do this, well, you need to record more. My dad would say you need to record more. My mom's like, why don't you have a song coming out? Which that's a lot of pressure, you know. But at the same time, it's like I would tell them every time it wasn't an excuse. It was like I'm not good enough, and my dad would be like, "Well, why don't you learn Logic?" I'm like, "Why don't you finish my degree for me?" Well, you know, I'm like because I'm working fucking 20 hours.
My classes, pops.
Yeah, because I got to go to class. I'm working 20 hours a week, and I have fucking history is no joke. People talk mad shit about history and English majors or whatever. Hey man. I was lucky to have to write 10-page papers, but 10-page papers are still 10-page papers. They're fucking beasts, and that's what I was doing, dude. I would write in my free time, but I wasn't producing that shit. I didn't have time to get amazing at Logic, which sounds like a cop out, but I think people who do it know how much time and effort that puts in.
It's a lot, dude.
And if I genuinely think that if I had just put a little bit of effort into everything, then nothing would have turned out well. Yeah. Oh, nothing 100%. Would have turned out well.
It's also important to like know your strengths and like understand like, you know, at least where you're at right now, like you're a singer-songwriter, you know, and like you're passionate about the songwriting part of it. And there's a lot of incredible producers out there, you know?
Absolutely, dude. I mean, there are people who that's all they want to do. Yeah. I know all I really have I don't have a passion for producing. I think I'm gaining a little bit of it from working with Timothy and working with, you know, Eli and stuff. Seeing them be good at it, I'm learning some stuff. And
you're gonna have a session with Noah, right?
I hope so. That'd be sick, dude. Really that would be really, really cool.
Didn't McLean? Maybe that wasn't right. Never mind.
No, he hit me up.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought you said he did.
No, he did. It's hopefully in the process.
That's sick.
And it's just like, I don't know, man. There are people who have a passion for it, and I have a passion for songwriting, and I think I just my earlier songs I just put out because I was like, you know, these are good enough. I need to have something out.
Yeah.
And I did it. But you can hear it.
Gotcha.
You can definitely hear it. It's bedroom shit. But I feel like with Real Name, it's there.
Yeah, and there's dirt on it, and it's intentional dirt, and it's produced out. It's full. It's large. It's a huge sounding song.
It feels like, oh man, I'm very excited to look back at this interview in like 2 or 3 years when I have like more of like the vision I have for a lot of my older songs out. A lot of my songs have built into them big endings. I want it to feel like, yeah, you listen to the song for 3 or 4 minutes, but like, holy shit, dude, I want you to sit back and go, run that shit back. That was crazy, bro. Yeah. I mean, it definitely has. We don't have to get too much into this, but it definitely has to do with the fact that I'm, as Michael Bolton was, a major cinephile. Shout out Lonely Island, if anyone got that joke.
Not me.
No? Cool. You never heard the Jack Sparrow song? This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay, well, we'll listen to Lonely Island after this.
When I hear the Jack Sparrow song, I think the one that goes like dun 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 dun.
Also a banger, bro. Also a banger. No shame in that. But dude, I think the fact that I love movies, I love that feeling when you get done with the climax of a movie and you go, holy shit. That's how I want you to feel after you listen to some of my songs. Yeah. You know, I want you to go, oh my God, that was an experience. You know? But yeah, man, I think Real Name feels different because the hours that were put into it and the attention to detail. And yeah, it's only a 3.5 minute song.
But it has that feeling I want to run that back.
Yeah, I want to run that shit back. I have no problem admitting that since we finished the final master for that song a month ago, I've probably listened to it like a couple hundred times.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Genuinely, and it's fucking awesome, man. And also, I wrote it with my buddies, dude. How cool is that, dude? How cool is that? How easy has this process been?
It's been
pretty fucking easy, bro. You know,
dude. And I think all the best ones are. And I think that feeling when you first find that group of people to work with and be friends with, and the ones who get you, that's like everything. That's like indescribable.
It's amazing, bro. And it also is cool that like the few people we've played it for so far, like, you know, you play a song for someone, like, oh yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool, good song. And then you play a song for someone and they go, oh shit, that's fucking awesome, dude. Yo, what when's that coming out? Yeah. And I feel like it's happened enough times, like where we play that song for people and they've been like, oh shit, dude, like when's that coming out? Yeah. You know, and I hope they're not just being nice. I hope people fuck with it,
dude. I feel the same way.
Yeah, I genuinely feel though that like it's and listen, if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't hit, cool. It's still a great fucking song.
Yeah, well, it's one of those songs you like so much that like you probably keep pushing it forever. Yeah, and
it
hopes it eventually hits.
For sure, dude. If that song gets on someone's playlist 4 years from now,
that's awesome.
Fucking worth it, dude.
Yeah. Well, I hope that person's watching.
I hope so too, man. I'm very proud of the work we put into it. I'm grateful for you and for Timothy and for Mario and for literally everyone who was in the video. Yeah. You know, it's dude, we shot a fucking music video. That's crazy. Yeah. You know? Yeah. That's cool as fuck, bro. I feel like I'm going to go back to that question you asked me earlier, which is like how do I feel right now? I feel like lost in a good way. I feel like Alice in fucking Wonderland right now, bro. It's mad disorienting and I don't think I ever want to get used to it. You know, I just want to appreciate for where I am. I'm happy to be in this garage right now. I'm excited because it feels like my goals are attainable, but at the same time we adapt and survive and we commit to whatever comes our way. Yeah. So that's how I feel.
Justin Tuell.
Dude, fuck yeah.
That's a beautiful place to end it, I think.
Absolutely.
I love you, brother.
I love you too, dude. Thank you so much for having me. This is sick, dude.
I'm very happy you're in my life. You make me happy.
Happy you're in my life,
bro. You're a wonderful person, and I believe you deserve the world. I really do.
Thank you, bro. And hopefully we can get there together.
Hopefully, bro. Yeah. Tell them where they can see you perform next month, where they can stream Real Name, where they can stream your previous work, and what you got coming down the pipe.
Jenny Stanger, Timothy Brown, and I will be performing at Hotel Cafe on August 31st from 7 p.m. Jenny's 7 p.m. Timmy's 8 p.m. I'm 9 to 10. And it's going to be sick. It's going to be the song release. And Real Name comes out August 30th on all streaming platforms. And then we start a massive grind from there, man.
Yeah.
Then the fun starts, which is really, really
That's
cool.
day one.
That's literally day one, bro. We're just ramping up. I'm really, really excited, man.
You get your whole life to put out your first single, and then a month to put out your next one.
Let's get started. That's how I feel, bro. Let's get started.
Fuck yeah.
I'm in.
I love you, brother.
I love you too, bro. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Music matters.
Yes, sir.